game that we covered last week in the Solent Thrashers versus the Bristol Aztecs. If you remember, it was 44-7, I believe, was the score to the Aztecs. Will it change now the Aztecs are at home and the Thrashers have had a week to plan? Be very, very, very interesting. Teb's here with Sport Tank, of course, joined by
Ben Harris, the famous, apparently, Ben Harris.
Ben Harris. If you watch the Oxford Saints streams, you will hear me scream the name Ben Harris, and he is joining me here today in Bristol.
Yes.
So the sort of takeaways that I would say for the game last week: Solent's field position not ideal, starting in their half the majority of the time. Obviously, if you do that, well, you're not going to win football games.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the sheer speed of the Aztecs. KK Brooks number 8, Crispin number 7, rapid, absolutely rapid. Don't kick it near them, but you're going to be kicking it to one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, people that have interacted with me before will be sick of me hearing this, but I always say when you're kicking off, if you can't kick it out the back of the end zone, why would you be putting it anywhere near their athletes? I have no idea. I mean, if you think of what a spread offence is, it's putting athletes in space. Well, what are you doing on a kick-off? If you're kicking it to their top athletes in space, you've got a chance for them getting that return. So I'd be avoiding them with all I could. And
it's something we've seen as the last few weeks, that when Bristol line up in that trips package, it's just run last week. KK Brooks number 8 did not get a lot of the field. Don't know why. I believe potential injury, but he is back today. They had number 21 Lewis Munt in, and Lewis did well because he's Lewis, and Lewis is good at football. So simple as that. Give the ball to people that are good at football. And football coaching's not hard.
It's always nice when you go, oh well, he might have a knock, so we'll just hand it off to Lewis instead.
Yep.
What a shame.
Simple as we see. There we go. We see the captains out. 56 and 44 for the Aztecs. 93. And I believe it's 25, Bowley, also a captain.
Yeah, and 52 maybe?
See, no, that's 62. You see?
Yeah,
you see
there we go. Yeah, you'll hate us already.
I've been told, stop getting 52 and 60 wrong. Let's see who wins it. So Solent wins.
Bristol up first.
So is it defer? So Bristol will be getting the ball first. Watch for 8 and 7 on this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't surprise me if they're going to be in the backfield for this. You may wonder why the angle isn't as good this week, ladies and gentlemen. That's because there's a boxing tournament where I normally... Well, not a boxing tournament. There's boxing practice and it's quite loud. And they're doing that boxing breathing thing and it's just quite loud.
Yeah,
so
and...
there's not much you can really do about that.
If there's one group of people we're not going to try and remove from a space, it's 20 or 30 boxers.
Yeah.
So we'll take the stairs.
We'll take the stairs. Thankfully, they provide us with the stairs.
You're not wrong. There goes 8 and 7.
So this is where we switch the old wide shot, ladies and gentlemen. Love the wide shot. 86 for the Thrashers. Looks to be the kick man.
It's funny because if I'm coaching special teams, one of my favourite things to do on kick-off is to find what I'd consider to be the least athletic person on the kick-off and try and kick it their way. Looking at this Bristol team, I have no idea who I would pick. I'd probably pick the coach.
Just boot it straight out of bounds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
take the penalty.
86 doing his march. He's ready to go. We're going to keep this wide for the time being, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know where it's going to go. And that looks like it's going to be going to Crispin number 7.
Nope, 8's taking it. And they've handed it off.
And it is going to Crispin. Oh!
Nice hit.
And that's 57 for the Thrashers. Not allowing that field position to become a problem for them early. Very, very high tackle there. But Crispin's still on the field, so...
Yeah, he took it like a champ, but that was a big hit.
Absolute champ. So we're going to have number 7 Crispin going out. On the left, you've got KK Brooks in the backfield. Not a lot of KK Brooks last week, but he is back in here now. They've got Benzies at QB, 2 on the right. And it's a run from 8.
Yep. Oh, he's gone. Oh, there's a flag.
There's a flag in the backfield.
There we go.
And just brought out of bounds there. But a flag in the backfield. Not going to surprise me if this is going to be coming back.
Oh, the Bristol coach is saying it's on Solent. Yep, and it looks like it is going to be on Solent because they're not moving back up the field.
It certainly is.
Oh, what an opening run.
And this is absolutely typical of Bristol. It's this first explosive play. I'll put it like this: if it's not a kickoff return touchdown, then it's normally something along those lines where it's a big play.
Oh, it's going to be is it assessed on the end of the run as well? Yeah,
it certainly is, and that's going to be a flag on Solent immediately. That looks like it's going to be on the 7-yard line of the Thrashers already. Time for the zoom. Keep that nice and tight. Number 23 in the backfield now.
Okay, so the argument is that Solent cut the pulling lineman from Bristol, and I want to say it's changing the rules this year. I could be wrong. Might be last year before. You can't cut linemen outside of the box in inverted commas now. So I think that's where the debate's coming in, and Coach Rains is asking the question over on the other sideline.
Well, the thing is, we sort of saw this last week as well. There was a big break in the sort of first drive of the game, second drive of the game, in which knee pads were checked on the Aztec sideline.
Okay.
And KK Brooks was taken off the
Oh, wow. Okay.
And was taken on the field. And this was when KK Brooks was in a wildcat position.
Yeah.
So Benzies had to come back on for this scoring drive. One thing we did see from Bristol, not really a complaint on their end, is that they couldn't really get these long plays into the end zone. About 4 or 5 times they were playing on the 1-yard line, the 2-yard line, the 3-yard line. Obviously they're punching it in, but you know, you want that screamer. You want that 70, 80 yarder.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. It was interesting on that setup for that first one as well, because the angle we had, in fact, quickly looking here as well, they've got that kind of wing look on this right-hand side. And it's a little different here. 56 has stepped out a little bit, but on that previous play, there was nobody outside of the end. So that even though it was on the boundary side, it was a huge space.
Right, good morning, Nathan.
Oh, he's fumbled it. Oh, he's down. He's down.
Benzie's got a flag. Yeah.
As a defensive lineman, I'd be like, never. But he did give himself up. It was quite an obvious fumble, and then probably a good second afterwards.
See, and it's one of those things where, as I said, it looks like Bristol are going to be starting in that sort of inside the 5. Not starting inside the 5, but.
Yeah, the defensive lineman in me is just screaming never, but
so they're going to be starting. They're going to be starting very, very close. It wouldn't surprise me if this is immediate.
Probably now.
Immediate punch could sort of signify, a Solent a bit jumpy. There's been 2 like actual offensive plays and 2 flags. Could very well be just a deep breath. A deep breath is needed.
Yeah, absolutely.
So here we go. Let's see where Bristol. They're going to be starting from the 5.2.
I don't know how they've assessed that foul. It was on the 6.5, and then that's not half distance, but it's 1.5 yard penalty.
Don't you dare have a go at the refs.
Absolutely not. I'm just interested.
Here we go.
Hand off
to 23, and you know what? Fair enough to.
Almost a trailing leg, but you wouldn't count it as tripping. He just managed to get enough of his body into the way.
I tell you what, there was one last week. I forget who it was for the Thrashers. Full rotation.
Oh, jeez.
Full rotation, but just a couple more of these to get a goal line stand. But this Solent defense definitely a lot more aggressive. Stacking it.
Oh,
it's a toss to Crispin.
He's going round the outside. Oh, he's got the space. If he's got the speed, he's in. Yeah. He's in.
Oh, there we go. Simple as. Home team comes up with 6. Not a flag to be seen. And on comes the kicking unit.
God, you can tell he trusts his speed. I mean, he is rapid, but you know.
This is it. This is it. 7 and 8. Pure speed.
Like the defense wasn't in a bad spot there. They got themselves in front of that jet, and you know, most coaches would be like, no, don't belly out. But he cleared about 100 metres in the time it took everyone else to clear 20. Fair play.
I think they had Lewis Monk kicking it through last week as well. It was. Here we go, 27 to boot it through. Tell you what, barely.
Yeah, sneak.
Barely goes in. You know what? I love that pressure from Solent though. There was a lot of people there. That was very, very close. Solent seemed to be. Solent know what's on the line here, and it's 7 points on the board for the home team Aztecs. But you know, flags absolutely killed.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely killed the Thrashers there. Gonna need to get that in line.
Yeah, like you say, 2 plays, 2 flags initially. I think they had come out firing. You know, that tackle on that kickoff was a hell of a tackle, and they'd sort of got themselves going. But it can be so hard, that little bit of a breakaway, and if you can't be asking backside players to be chasing down the athletes that Bristol have 60, 70, 80 yards, and then not be a little bit gassed after it when it comes to trying to make plays in the 10, especially with the size of these end zones as well. I mean, this pitch, God, I imagine we gush about it every time, but it's so nice. But it has properly sized end zones, and buys plenty of space for the offensive player.
Doesn't seem to be 82. James Bush is the kicker today, number 27. Gorski, he's going to be the kicker today for the Aztecs. That's a shame. Bush had an absolute cannon last week, absolute cannon. Making sure being the MVP of sort of putting the Thrashers in that field position. Caught by 86. Oh my lord.
Nice play.
And once again, you sort of see what I mean. Thrashers are going to be starting on their 20-yard line dead.
Yeah. The speed of this Bristol team, you can't really get it through the screen. Sorry, people at home, like experiencing it here. God, they're fast.
And you see, that's strange. I don't remember Crispin also playing on the defence, but number 7 is still on the field.
Yes.
Very interesting.
Nowhere.
You know, Crispin putting in an absolute shift today. He's going to
run to the middle.
Right in the middle. Sort of small steps there. Who's going to be?
Oh, looks like we might have somebody down. Yeah, we've got an injury from one of the Solent players.
And we saw 2. Let's just pan away from there. We saw both Alfie Burks and Dale Greenfield in at QB last week for the Thrashers, and it looks like Greenfield, number 15, had the nod. Again, threw some absolute gems last week, but wasn't consistent enough to come away. Obviously, the scoreline was, but there was some absolute corkers from Greenfield.
Yeah, I mean it's Prem football, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah.
It's you're playing at a level where even the teams that maybe are struggling a little at this level are still, top quality players, athletes and players. So it doesn't surprise me he was throwing some top balls.
So it is. I'll tell you what, it might not look sunny today, but it is muggy here in Bristol.
And probably everywhere else.
Oh, 100%. Last week was absolute hot, disgusting, some rain.
I was watching you up doing the cover in the women's game in Leeds.
Oh, God.
And every other comment must have been you. I'm so hot.
It was so hot. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect to go to Leeds and be absolutely roasting.
Yeah.
I still think the worst one I had was the first game we streamed, and it was Solent versus Cambridge at Solent, and I got really bad suntan. I was like, how have I got suntan in Southampton?
In April.
Yeah. But yeah, it's...
Although it doesn't feel as bad. I remember last year, I was at Lincoln last year, and I remember we had a home game. I can't remember who it was against, but it was the days when it was like in the high 30s, and it was horrible, but it just didn't feel as heavy.
Yeah,
like there's difference. Like it was sunny and you were hot, but you could hydrate and find shade, and it was okay. Whereas there's just no escape. I mean, you can't see the sun anywhere, and yet it feels like it's 50 degrees.
I think my favourite one was playing for Ouse Valley in the COVID season against Cambridge. And like, if you've played on Cambridge's field, they might have updated the field, but if you played on Cambridge's field, it's wide open. There's no protection from the sun. And it was the day that Ouse Valley decided to debut their all-black kit.
Oh, fun!
And I decided that I would look the absolute best in a matte black.
Absolutely.
X2E. And
Look good, play good.
Huh? Look good, play good, feel good.
You must have been in pieces.
To be fair, it was a good game. We did well against Cambridge. Obviously, they went up the next season.
Yeah.
So we do have to thank number 40 for the Aztecs again, Jordan Vincent, for lending us his phone to get the data.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jordan.
Cheers, Jordan.
Thank you, Jordan. Who's Jordan play for? Gloucestershire Gladiators.
Cheers, Gloucester Gladiators.
Yes, thank you. They're looking for a D-line coach if anyone's interested. Go to their Instagram.
Yeah.
Is there anything about that, Ben?
Nothing. Nothing.
And also
They don't pay your travel from Oxford, just saying.
No, and their CC is an ugly man. But the teams are going back onto the field.
Yeah, he's walking off, the injured player, so hopefully he's just a bit shaken.
So it looks like Solent are going to have 2nd and 8. Yeah, whistle in.
Gone stacked on this near side.
Saw a lot of stacks last week from Solent. It's going to be
There we go.
caught by 9, very low, bobbled. Oh. Just in and out of his hands.
Yeah.
That's going to be a 3rd and 8 for the Thrashers.
I quite like a stack just because of the questions it asks your outside linebacker, overhang safety, whatever you want to call them. A lot of teams play split the difference. Do you split the difference and they're all the way out here? If you do, there's a massive space.
Under centre now for Greenfield.
Toss play out to the right.
Toss to 7. And he runs into Jamie Scarrett. Unbelievable. Jamie's holding on for dear life. And Jamie manages to bring him down there. Absolutely despicable play.
I think if he'd been to the gym, he might have been able to tackle him properly rather than clinging onto his leg.
But that's exactly what you need sometimes. Is you could definitely see it, especially at the Prem level. Like if one person can't get them down, they'll grab a hold of anything.
Yeah.
Just so they can have someone come and clean up.
Oh, definitely.
So you've got 25 and 0 are going to be the return guys here. Let's have a look. So 25. It's Ali, and number 0 is Andrew Carr.
I love a 0. Own it. Oh, nice punt.
Great kick. And this taking a roll to the side. Well, fair enough.
Yeah, nice. You were saying about Solent's field position, that seems a little better than what they had last week. At least they've got a field to defend this time from the 40-ish.
Here we go, look for who's going to be the man in the backfield, and here he comes, number 8. It's always worrying when KK Brooks is in the field, especially when you've got a camera and you've got to try and move your camera and commentate at the same time because he moves so quickly, and you're worried because you've zoomed in, but he'll zoom past. Trips? No, not trips. Sorry. Just give me the KK. Right in the middle.
What a step!
And then just first down for the Aztecs.
There is so much space outside of that wing. I know you know, certainly this is, like I say, this is Prem level football. I would not even begin to criticise any of the coaching there at a really, really high level. But they're on that left hash, and 56 is on an island against that pulling lineman.
Again. Oh, and it's fumbled.
I say,
it's fumbled.
as he makes the play.
It's fumbled, and you know what? I don't know who's got that.
What's the opposite of a commentator's curse? You call him out and he makes a worldie play.
We're waiting for it. We're waiting for it. And that is going to be a turnover for the Thrashers in good field position.
You're welcome.
You know, fair enough to the Thrashers. That's going to be on what look. Oh, let me wait for them to set up the old sticks, and I'll be able to tell you where it is. It's going to be on the 47 of the Aztecs. Not. Could be in their own half, but this could catch a break here. Let me move the camera back to the right. Bunch trips on the right, 13 in motion. Greenfield's looking, he's got pressure.
Oh, nice take. Yeah, nice play.
Into the hands of 13 for the Thrashers.
QB took a shot, but I think it was fair. Refs haven't said anything.
Tam Soso says, they're always good to see Tam in the comments. Not going to be a first down for the Thrashers, but it's going to be a 2nd and 1.
And at this distance, that's a proper open the playbook kind of down.
Good camera angle, just had to check.
Empty again.
Gosh, that's a
Quads.
quads, yeah.
Oh.
Benzi's, no. At Greenfield, swarmed by 3 Aztecs players, 99, 34 and 25. Going to be a loss of yardage. Where are they going to put him? I think that down marker's going back, and that's going to be a loss of, it keeps getting worse.
Yeah, 12.
It keeps getting worse.
I think that's one of those things with you know, certainly running quads to one side, but going empty is you're kind of hoping that the defence will check out a lot of their blitzes, a lot of their pressures, because they're conscious that you've got 5 receivers. But if they manage to get through with just their rush, or even if they don't check out of a blitz, you know, you're on your own.
.40 in the backfield. Spread. Low snap. It's given to 40. Bumbled it.
Revert. Oh.
And it's trying to go Philly.
Okay, yeah. So pitch to running back that pitches to receiver, who then throws the backside to the other receiver, resulting in nothing.
Seems like that Solent play did not work. But I love that they're opening up this playbook.
Yeah.
They're opening it up.
The Solent special.
The old Solent special. Going to be in playbooks nationwide.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell you, glory if that receiver had hit him.
So Ali and Carr in the backfield. Number 60's ready to boot. Another fantastic punt.
Yeah. Oh, are they arguing that it touched a Bristol player?
They're arguing it touched a Bristol player. Let's have a look to see what the referees say.
No, ref's pointing in the Bristol direction.
Still a good punt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Still a good punt. Still, you know, great field position. Hold on a second. I see Jamie coming back on the field, and Jamie's not an offensive player.
Yeah, and I'm sure the ref pointed in the other direction.
Well,
but that is the offence for.
Yeah, there goes Greenfield. Greenfield's coming in. This is absolute. You know, maybe they're setting up that Solent special for something here.
Yes.
But, you know, that's going to result in a big chunky yardage for Solent.
I can't work out. Did it clip a player as it came down? Did it touch one as they tried to block it? Didn't see what happened there at all. But anyway.
14-7 in the backfield for Solent. And Greenfield gives it to 83. And he's taken down by the marker. Doesn't look like it's going to be a first down for the Thrashers. but it's going to be close.
Yeah, again, 2nd and 1, I think.
Great. You know, this is...
They're on the, what, 12, 13?
Considering that the Thrashers scored in the 4th quarter of the game last week, to be able to, you know, I don't want to jinx them or anything here. In fact, I might not even say it.
Yeah, don't do it. Maybe I should say it, because I jinxed them in a good way last time.
So Stuart Tunnels think it hit in the leg on the bounce.
Okay.
You've got 86 out wide. And number 7's going.
Oh.
Number 7's going, but brought down by 17.
Got the first down and a bit.
Certainly have done. Solent is cooking here, you know, fair enough to them. They're not going to take this line down.
No, they're hyped.
It's one of these things where these immediate reverse fixtures potentially could be dangerous, like especially if you're beating someone 44-7. You know, are the Aztecs going in with a, you know, false sense of confidence, forgetting that the Thrashers can be a dangerous team?
Well, if you look at what's happened in the season with the teams, you look at Nottingham when they had the double against Sheffield and they absolutely smashed them in the first game, and then it became very close in the second. You've got Yorkshire and Scunthorpe this weekend. Scunthorpe beat Yorkshire last weekend, but we'll see what the reverse is like.
Throw over the top.
Oh,
and
well defended.
Batted away, and Crispin, number 7, he's an absolute machine. Offense, defense, making sure that there's 6 points on the board for the Thrashers. Do not go on there. But you're still going to have... It's difficult to see from this angle. It's looking... I'm going to say it's maybe on the 8-9 yard line of the Aztecs.
Obviously, definitely inside the 10 because they've dropped the sticks. But yeah, I think you're probably right about the 8. They've got to put it in though. They're not going to get many of these opportunities, or potentially not. So they've got to score.
It certainly sends a message if Thrashers can get this in now.
Yeah, absolutely.
2 in the backfield for Greenfield. Hands it off to 40. 40's going up the middle. Big man to get down.
Yeah.
Don't know if there's going to be any yardage on that play. I'm going to see. It wouldn't surprise me if there was.
It's gone back a little.
Gone back a little?
Yeah, the ref took a half step.
Be interesting to see if the Thrashers coaches feel the same way. They're not going to be content with going for those 3 points. Especially this is coming off a punt. Same formation. Greenfield's looking to throw. Oh, and that's a big hit. Big in-air collision. Did you not fancy the roller derby, Tebs? Wait, what? Who are you? I don't know who British Gridiron Films is. Are you here? You must be here.
They must be here.
Just looking around now.
I think they are going for the kick.
They are going for the kick. Again, fair enough to get points to the board. Again, Thrashers didn't get any points to the board until the 4th quarter last week. So to even get 3 on the board, if this is a fake, I'm going to lose my mind, by the way, just to let you know that. 96 to kick for the Thrashers. Can he boot it through?
I think, is that 86?
86. Great boot.
Yeah, he's got
to
it
the
nice.
right, and there's 3 points on the board for the Thrashers.
Clean.
7-3.
I apologise to the audience as well. I have a habit of just making weird noises whenever big hits are happening, so you'll just hear me go,
but no, to be fair, that was a big
it was.
in-air collision. Steve's at Meal Different. Steve isn't here. Steve's in Hertfordshire, covering Hertfordshire Bournemouth, which is the other game we're doing this week. He's in Hertfordshire. Just good at scouting. I don't know. It's the worst when I don't know who it is. It's the worst. I just know, mainly because I now know that I'm being watched or having watched. To be fair, ladies and gentlemen, if I didn't realise that they did roll the derby in this country, but we watched a bit of it and it was mad.
It's intense.
I tell you what, that might be the old new Sport Tank expansion into roller derby. I mean, I'm all for it personally, but
yes. Or we do an exchange where we get American footballers to do roller derby and roller derby people to do American football.
And mate, my ankles absolutely quivered. And it's a big boot. Oh, that's a beauty. Caught by Carr.
Oh, and they've done the exchange again.
To Crispin, number 7. Doesn't look like he's got a lane. 57
no, they've got him.
The Thrashers.
Yeah, they've got him.
Absolutely not him. But you know what? This Thrashers defence is being very, very, very... I'm hearing whistles, but I can't see any laundry over the mound of Aztecs players
No.
surrounding that particular area. But I tell you what, these Thrashers defense is coming out. It's very, very difficult. Like last week, some of these kickoffs went far. Obviously, they've been in the video room. They've had a gander and they've looked at their game plan and said, you know, the classic, stick to your lanes.
Yeah, and it's interesting that Zero went out, Andrew Carr, with Crispin in that. I'm seeing number 8 stood by the physio tent. I don't know if there's anything wrong with him.
It's over to Crispin. And he's going.
Yeah, nice.
Not going to be first down for the Aztecs, but good yardage. Sometimes I ponder at how people can move like that. I play centre and I don't move.
Hey, when I put you through some D-line drills, occasionally I'd see those fast feet moving.
Happy feet, that's what they used to call them.
An insight into Chris, whilst he was training with me. That's a run to the right-hand side. Oh, he's broken through.
Going to be a first down for the Aztecs. Wasn't looking promising at first, I will say. There was a mound of Thrashers players, but one thing from 23, the Aztecs, is he's the power guy.
Yeah,
he's the power back. He can push through.
Nice play by the Solent defence. Looked like they were in man coverage there and just closed down on it as soon as the ball was thrown.
86 did get hands on it. Great pass, but nothing coming off. It's going to be a 2nd and 1 for the Aztecs. Looking good. Oh no, guys, Jamie Scarrett's coming over to us.
Oh no.
It's going to be a pass from Benzies.
Oh.
And just skied over the head of Luck.
Yeah, absolutely.
You okay?
Oh no. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
So Jamie Scarrett is here and he's hurt himself.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. What have you done?
I've dislocated my little finger.
He's dislocated his little finger and it will not go back in. Disgusting.
Of all the reasons to not be playing.
Yeah. Made a nice play over there as well. We were really complimentary of you. A nice tackle over there. We were.
High snap. They're giving it 23. And there's a
Oh,
lot
he's
of
broken away.
It's going to be a first down.
Yeah.
Can't leave these jobs. I'm going to go to the hospital.
Okay, well, keep me updated though.
Huh?
Yeah.
Keep me updated.
Yeah, I hope
Keep
they.
me updated.
I will do, mate, yeah.
Thank you, man. So that's going to be a first down. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, but you know, as much as sometimes on my commentary I will slag off Jamie, he's a good friend of mine, and
Yeah,
I don't,
absolutely.
and you know,
It's never nice to see
his
anyone
finger
get hurt.
looked absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fresh set of downs here for the Aztecs.
Pass.
Andy looking at throw.
Oh,
And into
wide
the
open.
hands of Mindful. And he's good. He's good.
Oh, he's all the way.
Absolutely filled. You can. God bless number 0 of the Thrashers, but you are not getting that man down by yourself.
No.
I believe that's the second TD that we've seen for number 90. Uber and Mole, they run that play a fair few times. It's only the second time I've seen it work for the Aztecs, where 90 just breaks off straight up the middle, over the top. Sometimes the ball can't find him. I love this. He's just scored the touchdown, but he goes and joins the front for the field goal.
Yes.
Absolutely
He is a unit.
sensational.
Fair. That's a lovely little run on the seam. And there was nobody within 10 yards of him. All came down on the run.
So, Luck, number 86, the luck is with him because he's put an extra point on the board for the Aztecs. 14-3 as it stands right now. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I think I say this every time I come to the Aztecs. Number 90 looks big from where I normally am. Like when you're near him, he's just an absolute colossus of a human being.
Yeah, absolutely.
I promise you, if I was lined up against him, I think I'd just cry. I don't think I'd bother. Like, he seems like the sort of person where if he's running at you, one hit and you'll be like Infinity Wars dusted.
Yeah, but you know what as well? I bet he's lovely.
Oh,
I bet he's the nicest guy.
Bet there's always the way though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Always wait. 27 now to kick it off. That's Gorski again. Let's see what he can do. Let's go real wide. Got a lot of spin on that. Picked up by 86. And there are Aztecs all around.
Yeah.
Going to be looking like the 33.
Yeah, it's not a bad return.
It's not awful, you know. But like that was a sensational kick though.
Yeah.
Like you see the spin on that. I'm surprised it didn't take off and float away.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a tactical thing because there's that, you know, probably 20 or 30 yards in between the returners and the second line for the Thrashers, whether they've seen that on the tape or obviously from last week and gone, you know, we haven't got our usual kicker, so let's see if we can just drop it in that gap and make them see if the turf will kick it up, or we'll ask some questions of the returners for the Thrashers.
So we've had an update. Levi Smith, he's such a nice bloke. Number 90, he's such a nice bloke. He scores touchdowns and he's a lovely bloke. Absolutely no surprise there.
So I played with Levi for the Gloucester Centurions.
The Gloucester Centurions.
In 2011.
That is a name I've not heard in a while. And
Oops.
Greenfield, look at throw it, and that just bounced off the floor in front of number 40.
I don't know if that was an intentional screen or whether he just got flushed and tried to find his running back.
Well, that's the thing when you've got there's number 90 Van. He was on commentary with me a few weeks ago. It's good to see him back in, coming off an injury but looking very spry, which is nice.
Yeah, 2011. We had
I didn't even know when the Gloucester adult team folded, to be honest.
I think maybe 2014. Yeah, it was a shame. It was a good little setup down there. But
Greenfield's looking to throw. Go into number 10, it looks like, and just try to go for an OBJ.
Yeah.
Levi, those were the days when I was playing fullback.
He was. Yeah, he was. Distinctly average. No, he was.
And
great.
Harry Owen saying Ricketts is so small. Well, Harry Owen, I know for a fact you play for Hereford Stampede. I'm just going to leave it there. Also a Gloucestershire gladiator, Harry Owen. Also, Harry, give me my clone back. He won't give it me back. And you've been outed now on that on syndicated broadcast.
People want to smell like you, Chris.
Oh,
it's the
mate,
thing.
honestly, don't.
Oh, they've gone empty again with this bunch.
It's going to be a 3rd and 10 here. Greenfield needs to pull someone out here. He's got...
Oh, he's gone. Oh, fumble. That's Bristol ball. That's Bristol ball.
And just one of the cleanest fumbles and scoops up I've ever seen. You know, absolutely nothing like that.
No debate there.
Forfana, number 34, just picked that up. He saw that ball hit the turf. He heard the bounce and he pounced on it. Simple as, absolutely, just very, very clean. I like it. And the Aztecs are going to take the ball on the 32-yard line.
Yeah.
Still Q1, and when I say that, that normally means that they're about to change it over.
Pass.
And it's a pass from Benzies. Oh. And number 13 just got the hands were there, but they could not close. We've got a Solent player potentially down. Back on his feet.
Yeah. One thing I'll comment on the QB for the Aztecs. He's very good at putting the ball where the DBs can't find it. There was 2 DBs there closing in on that receiver. Receiver missed the ball, but there was no way either of them were going to get to it. He's very accurate.
So the always lovely Chris Greener on the good old Greener on the right, number 5 there. It's a handoff going right. Great
Patience.
blocks.
Nice play from Solent.
No, did you see number 77 on that play?
No.
He was lying. He was lying on number 56, the Thrashers, arms out. Absolutely sensational. Absolutely.
That's
sensational.
how you teach it.
And it's going to be a 3rd and I'm going to say 8 for the Aztecs. They're looking around for a play. Looks like it's in. Asamoah 13.
Yeah, they've got
right.
split receivers now, both sides, as opposed to the wing.
Asamoah on the right.
Pass.
And Benzi's looking. And into the hands of 12.
Oh, not good hustle from Thrashers though.
Not going to be a first down for the Aztecs, but certainly close to the point in which I wonder what they're going to go for here, because that's looking like it's going to be 4th and.
You'd go for it, surely.
Well, it doesn't. Considering it's 4th down, and I see no Aztecs players coming off the field.
Yeah.
Love a good skydiving job. Love a good lineman skydiving job. That's funny. I'm so happy I caught that. So again, because sometimes you don't watch the O-line. But that was sensational. I'm so happy. Oh dear. So 2 on the right. It's Greener and Asamoah on the right.
Oh, I think that was supposed to be a handoff that didn't happen. And great hustle from Solent, and they've stopped him.
Definitely a miscommunication there. You saw Benzies hand that ball off in the direction the running back was not there. And I'm sure that I don't know what goes through a QB's mind when the running back's just simply not there.
I'll tell you what goes through a D lineman's mind when that happens. Big smiles, mainly fireworks.
So it's going to be another prevention of a score, or away prevention of a score here for the Thrashers. They're going to be taken over on their own, looks like 30.5 from up here.
And you can't, this early on in the game, and we're still in Q1, you can't be saying must win, must score drives, etc., etc. But it's at 14-3. It's a big deal for the Thrashers, this drive.
$80 on the move for the Thrashers. And that's now Alfie Berkson at QB. 7's running. And 7 has picked up what's looking like 7 or 8 yards, but yet change of QB. Greenfield no longer in. We saw this last week.
Okay.
It was sort of split between Burks and Greenfield. Obviously, Alfie Burks, the QB for the Bournemouth Uni Bobcats.
And Greenfield did take a lick in that fumble. Hopefully he's okay. I'm sure he is. I'm sure it's a planned thing.
$40 on Burks left, 7 behind him. $80 on the move again. Hand off 7
counter.
again.
Nice running from 7.
And that's going to be a first down for the Thrashers. I'll tell you what, it seems to be definitely things were learnt last week for the Thrashers.
Yeah, it's a nice little counter play. Good step. Found the hole from the guys pulling from backside.
That's Nico Miller, number 7. being big for the Thrashers. And Burks with an absolute spiral. And so close.
Hey, he throws a pretty ball.
Oh, here's the thing. Alfie Burks, he was the all-star of the Uniball game, not 2023, but 2022.
Okay.
And there's a reason why.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alfie Burks is good at football. I love using that line, but yeah. It's one of those things where, like, if you've got 2 great quarterbacks on your team, you know, sometimes it can be difficult. But Thrashers
Looked like it was that counter play again to the right, and Bristol seemed to be really struggling to stop that.
Number 7 very much putting in his case to get his name next to the words MVP
down
for
again.
the Thrashers. Someone is down.
Yeah, it looks like a Bristol player. Maybe. All I can see is a leg, actually.
Bristol player is down. Definitely definitely a big change here. Last week it was not very much a lot of this. It was a lot of Thrashers starting their own end zone, not really being able to get anything going, and in those short yard situations with that punt, putting the Aztecs in very good field position, like midfield. Then a few drives later, you give it to 21, you give it to 7, you give it to 8, and they're in your half, and touchdowns galore. But the Thrashers are switched on. It's good.
Yeah, 100%.
They've again, Coach Raines is a very.
I have a question. Do the Thrashers play on grass or on turf?
They play on turf. Do you want to know how I know that? Because there's still so much turf in my car.
Fair
There's
enough.
so many of those little black bits in my
Yeah,
car.
I didn't know. I was going to say maybe the turf would help them. I know some teams that are quicker teams obviously get that advantage from the speed of turf. But if they play on turf as well, then probably not.
It's one of those things, and that's.
Bristol players up, he's slowly making his way off. I was saying earlier, tell you something about Chris when I used to train him. Here's a man who I desperately wanted to stick at the heart of my defence as my 3-tech. And every time we got into a point where he was there or thereabouts, we had a player on our team called Owen, and Owen would just steal his thunder.
Do you know the worst part about that, ladies and gentlemen, is Owen was a rugby lad who lived next to me in my second year, and when we were both out, so I used to go out with her,
Yeah.
I said to him, "Oh, go on, come to American football one day, it'd be really funny." And then he just came and just was a unit.
Yeah, he
and
was.
that's why I'm happy at Gloucestershire being the starting centre.
Absolutely. No, Chris is a good player. He worked
Oh,
hard,
Christ.
and we used to talk football a lot, which is
God. It's bunched right for the Thrashers with a fresh set of downs in Bristol territory. Burke's looking to throw. What
Again.
a ball!
oh,
Oh, and it looked like number 86 just wasn't looking. That's looking like it's going to be.
the quarter.
Wouldn't surprise me if that is the end of Q1 here in Bristol. Certainly is. As the rain just starts to dribble, not too much.
Yeah, I thought you told me it wasn't going to rain.
I didn't will it enough into existence. I don't want to get the old camera Johnny out, which I have to put over it to make sure it doesn't die. But it's not too bad yet. But unfortunately, there's still 45 minutes left of football. Great. I swear, ladies and gentlemen, I try not to make these streams like 80% of football, 20% me complaining about the weather. But I tell you what.
He tries to make it 80% him complaining about the
what,
weather and 20% football.
I tell you what, that scared the life out of me. I just saw a bunch of bodies on the floor. I'm like, what?
Oh, wow. Yeah, we're not going to pan the camera over there, but yeah, I can completely understand why.
Yeah. Yeah, I was questioning what was going on there. But they're having some sort of issue with the chains here.
Yeah, I'm not unhappy the quarter's changed because we should get a really nice view of this if Solent continue to push on. All the scores so far have been in this end zone.
Burke's in 40 and 7 behind him, 86 on the right, 13 on the left. These long cadences.
Reverse. Oh!
Potentially looking for another Solent special, but 86 and that, just because of how much that was juggled in the backfield, that's going to be a huge loss of yardage when Solent do not need it.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at they might have lost 20 yards.
That's absolute scenes. That's looking like at least 14, 15 yards. That brings off a 3rd and 12, 26. Not looking for a drive that was looking so promising for the Thrashers. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to get anything going here.
Reverse is such a boom or bust call. Like, I get it, 100%. If it's going to go all the way, it's going to go all the way. But when it doesn't go right,
going to need something big from Burks here. Burks is looking.
yeah, 86 there looked like he took made a business choice. He could have maybe made the catch for 4 or 5 yards, but 44 was waiting for him. So he decided to come back another day.
Love a good business choice.
Hey, I mean, you know.
Who am I to say anything?
Yeah, like if I'm 86 there, yeah, okay, I want to make the catch, and I'm not saying he could have made the catch. He probably did try and make the catch. It's not on 86 at all, but he can come back and potentially make another play. If he gets cleaned out by 44 there and is done for the game, fair catch call.
That's going to be a fair catch by Carr. That's going to start the Aztecs on, I believe, the 19-yard on their own 19-yard line.
Small amount of afters there, just a bit of a shout. It's been a pretty good tempered game, all told so far, though.
I tell you what, definitely a bit more competitive than last week. It just seems as though that first half escaped the Thrashers last week. But again, the scoreline is still 14-3. Thrashers' defence has been completely switched on. They're ready to go. Rain's picking up here. If you do hear me fumbling around with plastic, then that is why. It doesn't seem to be that the Thrashers seem to be having some miscommunications. It's going to be a handoff.
I feel like they were shouting that they didn't have a play call, or they didn't have enough people. I don't know. 17 was not happy with whatever was happening.
17's still not happy.
Yeah, he's not happy now. Yeah, he's still really not happy.
Only a gain of 3. Thrown out to the right. Making moves and that's Carr, who just got absolutely flattened by number 94 of the Solent Thrashers. But back up.
Yeah, he did well. Nice pitch and catch straight out there, and
yeah, looking like trips.
I think 17 isn't 100% sure what the coverage call is, whether he can't see it properly or.
There's a handoff again, and 57 there, just running him over. But some terrific blocks from the O-line of the Aztecs. Gotta give the O-line some love. Didn't hear a single word of that.
Hey Levi, why aren't you here? Aren't you supposed to be here?
That's on the business decision. So it's going to be a 2nd and 5 for the Aztecs now.
Trips to the left. Hand off.
Hand off again, up the middle. Turned around there. Going to be a 3rd and 1. KK Brooks is in.
That was good to see. Like I say, I saw him by the bench earlier, but good to see that he's back.
3rd and 1 situation here. Trips on the left. 13 on an island. Pass out. And KK's going. He's got speed, he's got moves, but 56 of the Thrashers brings him down. I tell you what, there was a very, very close interception there. That was, great placement by Benzies, number 3, at putting that on the money, just because that was very, very close to being picked off. Did
you see what number it was?
I believe it was 57,
of
the Thrashers.
Was close.
So close. He read that play. He knew what was coming. But KK Brooks is back out. Bit of a low snap. Benzies looking to throw. Darts it. To Green.
Oh, lovely catch.
It up.
Lovely catch, Chris Green.
Absolutely sensational. A little roly-poly. You hear the Aztecs players potentially. You may, and I'm saying you potentially might hear them because they're calling hurry, hurry. You see this a lot.
Yeah, Father's Day. That makes sense. Sorry, I just seen Levi.
Yeah, I'm seeing my dad tomorrow, so we can have it then.
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers of Britball and the world.
Let's wide this out a bit. Get all the receivers. Benzies looking to throw.
incomplete.
And it seems to be in and out of the hands of 2 Aztecs players, Green and Carr.
Solent lineman looks like they're down. Yeah.
So lineman down, we're going to quickly pan away. What's number 40 of the Aztecs doing? So number 40's rummaging through his bag.
Probably looking for his phone that you've stolen.
He's putting his shoes in his bag. Here's number 40 of the Aztecs. He's zipping up his bag. Sensational. He's got 3 bags. I believe
And then found his bottle not even in any of his
I believe
bags.
that's an orange Lucozade Sport. Picks up his helmet. And there he goes.
Can we see that again?
Well, honestly, we have got a replay function. He was precision, not taking any chances here. Not taking any chances, and either of this Solent Thrashers defence. Nice segue in.
That kind of segue will get you a job on BBC in
will.
no time at all.
My favourite ones are still. It was a Saints game. Someone made a really good read on a screen and just picked it. And I said, do you know what you call that play? A hungry caterpillar, because it's an easy read. Something like that. That's my favourite one so far. Or the other Oxford one, which was, it may be raining here in Oxford, but when the rain hits the pitch, it's sizzling because the action is hot.
That was against Bristol, wasn't it?
It was,
It
yeah.
was such a
The
back
worst
and
one,
forth game.
the worst I had to say to the player for the Solent is being helped off the field is my commentating partner right here. He got a pick. Oh no, he didn't get a pick. Sorry,
No.
he got a scoop and score. So scoop and score. Remember the scoop part of that? And he wears 99. I was there. I was screaming, and it only came to me later, and I had to message him because it was so good. I said, what's it? Put a flake in that because 99 is scooped and scored.
Yeah,
and ladies and
absolutely.
gentlemen, if you don't think that is an absolutely stellar commentary line, to the point where I need him to do it again.
If you don't think I wear 99 just to set up that line,
But yeah, that's my favourite line that I didn't get to use. But I specifically remember messaging Ben about it.
Yeah.
To be like, I've just thought of this. I'm like really, really angry. Like, why did I say it? So it's going to be a 2nd and 10 here. For the Aztecs, whistled back in. Bunch here for the Aztecs. Don't think I've seen them come out in bunch.
both sides.
Benzi's looking to throw. Benzi's going to Greener, but that's just
Behind him.
Just over there. Just over the head, yeah. Solent Thrashers with the very specific heckles.
Yeah.
Love to see it. My favourite one is you're on the sideline, you say to someone, you go, hey, let's say number 83, you look like you don't know how to swim.
Oh dear.
Absolutely sensational. It's going to be a 3rd and 10 for the Aztecs here.
Trips right.
Hand off 23.
Yep.
He's running and just high.
There's a good tackle though
There
from
seems to be some
Solent.
extracurriculars happening.
Oh yeah, someone's just been thrown over. Number 60. Oh. Or
I
maybe-
don't see any
No, they've
yellow laundry.
No.
So that looks like it's going to bring on the kicking unit. There's Oliver Luck, number 86, which does spell to me that this is going to be a kick attempt from the Aztecs.
I think it is.
4th and 5. I don't know.
Oh, you think it'll be a cheeky fake?
No, I don't know. The thing is, though, is that I'd say that holding the Aztecs to a field goal low, that's no good.
Yeah, no good.
See, I'd say
Success.
that's a win for the Thrashers.
Massive.
You know, they make sure that the touchdown isn't there, and then being able to stop that field goal.
Yeah, the Aztecs had 3 or 4 positive plays. Greener gets that 40-yard catch, and you're thinking more of the same. So for them to hold them for 3 there and then stop that kick, yeah, it's a huge win. They just need to do something with it now. They need to. They've been really successful in those counters and driving the field and not quite been able to punch it in a couple of times. So hopefully we'll see a little bit more of the same because we want a competitive game. We want it to keep it close.
It certainly is. Again, this is just, as far as I'm concerned, this is positives for the Thrashers. You know, last week there was definitely some glaring holes starting in their own half a lot.
Oh, he's gone for a run.
And Burks is on the
Yeah,
move.
nice.
Burks on the move, tackled by number 35, number 15, the abominable Joshua Ricketts.
Watch the QB for Solent when he goes under centre. He does this little thing, which is like a little shake before he settles.
Oh, Christ.
It's like a little 1 second, sort of 2 or 3. I can't even really describe it. I'm doing something that Chris won't want to describe on the TV. But just watch when he goes into centre. He's not going to do it now, but you see, look, you see
yeah,
it.
he does, yeah.
I don't know what it is.
He gets about 3 pumps there. And Burke's looking to throw. I mean, if it works for him.
Yeah, I mean, fair play. I don't know how much Bournemouth play at.
As far as I'm concerned, like he's charging up that arm to throw absolute spirals. That's going to be it's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 for the Thrashers. I mean, you might as well go for a throw if you've got a QB like Burks.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know how much Bournemouth uni play under centre. Maybe it's something he's learned when he's come down to Solent and he's just trying to get that position in. But it is bringing a smile to my face.
Going to be watching for that every single play. Yep, there we go. Full Burks. It's a handoff.
I think they got it. Yeah, they got it.
I believe that's number 40. I need to wait for them to get up. And because they've all gone, I don't think that was 54. No, it was 40. I don't know. I couldn't see. There was just a mass of people, and when they all sort of interweave, I can't figure out who the player was. But
First
doesn't
down.
matter. First down for the Thrashers. It's definitely a lot more positive than last week. I'm sure that the Aztecs defensive coaches are probably pondering why this isn't going as smoothly as last week. Burks looks to be scrambling, but he's
contained there. Great play by the Bristol defence.
And that's
Nice.
Van. We love a bit of Van, number 99.
Yeah.
Always good to see Van back.
Great number.
And I forget, I think he played for a Hungarian team. And I can't remember what they were, but the hat was really cool. The logo was really cool. He showed because he had the hat on, but yeah. Number 99 there.
Yeah, good play.
Going to be a second, and it looks like 13-14 for the Thrashers. Burks looking to throw again.
Oh,
Ball is out. Picked up by
Scoop.
41.
How's he getting? No, it's just short.
And I tell you what, absolutely fair play. You know, Burks was getting pressured a lot. You know, there's only so much that he can hold on to or dodge round, but Gavin Lewis, number 41 for the Aztecs, putting that on the, looking like the 3 or the 4 yard line in.
It's just interesting because Solent sort of went to pass there, and their run game was working so well. Like I say, that counter got them multiple first downs, and
again, it's like when you have a QB like Alfie Burks. Like,
yeah, I understand he's a heck of a player.
The
But
Aztecs are going back to that bunch formation. Double bunch. Solent linebackers are creeping. Hand off to 23.
touchdown.
Yep, and there we go. And that's going to be another 6 points on the board for the Aztecs. Currently 20-3. Going to be looking to boot it through again is Luck.
Business decision.
Business decision. I mean, he could have gone for that. He could have ran it back and gone for those 2 points. Then seems to be there's some extracurriculars again. Don't see any yellow laundry though.
Yeah, here 17. I've got to put me first. He's not wrong. That was a big man chasing him.
So there you go. Score is 20-3. And by that I mean it's 3 points to 20. It's not 40 to 440. What an awful joke. Unbelievable.
So, I was listening to a podcast the other day that talked about 1 points versus 2 points. And I think it made a really interesting point. So it basically said, if you hit 100% of your 1 point conversions in a season, all I would need to do is hit 51% of my 2 points, and I scored more points than you.
It's one of those things where you see it in American high schools a lot. Remember there was a whole big thing about there was a coach who never punted.
Yeah. See, that I think's brave. You know, if you're on your own 10-yard line, you're not punting, like, you've got to have everybody's buy-in on that because the defence are not going to be, not necessarily going to be feeling it. But I think for the 2 points versus 1 point, most people are probably hitting more like 70 to 80% of their conversions.
Luck with a big boot.
That's going to be returned
into the Solent hands. He's going out, but 93
nice
of the Aztecs just be able to throw him. That's Will Wilkes, just going high on the old tackles. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a game next week, because of course we do. We do it every week. We will be in Berkshire for the return fixture of the Ouse Valley Eagles, making their way to Berkshire. Ouse Valley beat them last time. Berkshire are not going to want to take that loss on home soil.
No, they've got playoff aspirations down in Reading, and understandably so. They've taken a game against Hereford, and if they can win that return fixture as well, they may even finish top of the division. So
I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be difficult for me to be impartial on that game, as once the Ouse Valley Eagles colours did adorn my back.
No one would ever say you were anything but completely impartial.
And here we go, and that's going to be a toss to number 7, but taken down there. Well done, Chris. You were watching the game live and not moving the camera, but what you saw there, what you didn't see there, was a loss of about 4 yards for the Thrashers. So, if you're a Thrashers fan, you should probably be thanking me.
But yeah, so just quickly to finish that thought, if you're kicking, say, 75% to 80% of your 1 points, you actually only need to get 35 to 40% of 2 point conversions to outscore it. So
I tell you what, there are definitely teams at this level that, sometimes you just can't get the kicking, the right kicker, But it wouldn't surprise me if we see more of an influx. That's more mainstream football. Seems though someone jumped. Yellow laundry, 2 flags fly.
3.
3, well.
Everyone saw it.
Hyper vigilant.
In fact, I think 4. I think the guy out there's got it as well.
4 flags of people in this train in the background. I think they saw it as well. There's a train conductor in there throwing a napkin on the floor saying, what the hell was that? Really slow train.
Oh, I got away with one last week, I tell you. We were playing Hertfordshire Cheetahs last week. They played very well against us. They've got a player number 9 who is fantastic. And anyway, so I jumped so far offside, I may as well have been in the next county. And so I turned back and literally just walked to the QB, smiled at him, walked back. And then I looked to my left and they've called false start. And I'm like, no way. None of the offensive line moved. None of them moved. But the ref had seen, so the centre had snapped it as I'd gone offside. The receiver, I think it was number 9 on that side, had then gone to run his fade, as you do, catch him offside, free play. And the ref on his side had seen that and thought that he had false started because he hadn't seen the snap and had seen me go.
Sensational.
Oh.
You can admit it now.
I can admit it. I admitted it at the time. I just sat there and smiled
so far offside, he might as well have a cheater's decal on his
yeah,
helmet.
Absolutely. I'm not afraid to admit when I get away with one. And
Here we go. Looking at the white hat official, he's going to fill us in.
I'll start.
And that is going back for the Thrashers. Very sort of harking back to some of the problems they faced last week, as they're going to be starting on what looks like their 20-yard line. And when the down marker ends on the 38, you know you got a problem. I just want to see Burks throw another absolute dime. Absolute.
Yeah, he throws a nice ball, but the Bristol defence has had some great coverage, so he's having to throw it out you know, if the receiver doesn't get it, no one will get it.
Burke's looking.
See what I mean there? Like, the great coverage from the D. Oh, flag thrown. But yeah, it was great coverage from the Bristol DB, and so he's having to put it ahead of both of them. So it's a lovely ball, but you know, I don't think we've actually seen. Have we seen a catch from a Burke's throw?
There's been at least one.
Okay.
So they're going to be a late hit out of bounds on the Aztecs, which is going to bring that ball, well, that down marker at the very least, a little bit closer.
Yeah, that's isn't it automatic first down?
I believe it is as well. Oh Christ! Almost knocked the camera over. Hold on. Again, everyone's setting up, but if the down markers aren't sorted, there we go. Nope, come on, down markers. Yeah, that's a fresh set of downs. Ooh, Darren Walker filling us in. Full time at the Caesars, their winning streak continues. 47-24 over Northants. See, I love because I played like 2 games for the Caesars last year. I can claim that I can claim it.
It was my first team.
Alfie. Oh, I'm bounced off the fingertips of 13. I'm absolutely like full on like what's it? Is it false valor? Stolen valor?
Yeah, stolen valor.
Proper stolen.
You're speaking to a man in the military here. We'll have none of that.
Exactly. But yeah, I feel like that's what I'm doing with the Caesars, because I think I played maybe like eight snaps for. No, probably more than that actually.
Did you pull on the jersey?
Yeah.
Did you? Were you a part of the game?
Yeah.
That's it. Caesar for life.
Again, I love the Caesars.
They're a great team. Like I say, it was my first team when I played junior, youth, junior, whichever one it is.
Here we go. Going to be another pass here. Very pass heavy for Solent now.
Yeah.
But just not being able to get it into the hands of number 13. Very, very pass heavy. Not seen much of number 7, Nico Miller.
Well, he is on the field, but he just, I don't know, he's coming off the field now.
No, there you go.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, like it's more so in the first quarter, it was number 7,
Yeah.
Miller, he's running. But going to be a 3rd and 10 for Solent. We've seen on some 3rd and 10s, they'll bust out the old Solent special. They're going to, looks like, double bunch here for the Thrashers.
He wants that fade again. Oh, that's a punt.
Terrible ball.
That's a punt. Great play by the Solent Thrashers. Number 86 there, 85, 86? 85.
You know, like
playing a DB there. Like, he had to come back. That just slipped out the back of Burke's hand. He knew it. Everyone knew it. That was a true punt, and he came back and made that play to make sure that it wasn't.
Not much you can do there, saving the day.
Yeah.
As they're now going to bring on their punting unit. Andy Smith keeping us informed of games in the Premiership South. Currently 27-0 to the Cambridgeshire Cats in the second quarter against Kent. However, the game is currently on hold due to lightning.
Yeah, we were debating this last week because I had this game against. Oh, sorry.
High ball. Caught by Carr. And he was carrying a man there for a little bit. Who is that? That is Kwame, I thought it was.
Yeah.
Do love number 28. In fact, Kwame will be joining us on comms next week in Berkshire.
Yeah, we were discussing last week. The rain and the lightning ended up coming after the game finished for us last week, but I don't know what the rules are. Like, I know what the rules are in the States with, you know, if it's within 5 miles, it has to be half an hour before it's over. Is that the same for us? Do you know?
I haven't.
Does chat know? Maybe?
I'm sure the chat will know. If Mike was here, he'd be able to tell us. My favourite thing is last week in Southampton, there was risk of lightning and thunder, and I was stood on a platform much taller than the one that I'm currently stood on. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm a tall man, and I would be an absolute beacon for a bolt of lightning. So I thought people were going back there, but it's
so did I. No,
just the chain crew on the move. Oh, no, it is on the move. Oh. There we go. 10 yards on Solent. There you go. Oh, Van, your mum's commenting again.
Hi, Mum.
There you are. There you are, Van saying hello to you. There you go. Budapest Cowbells. That's what I was asking.
Nice.
I forgot what team it was.
Yeah.
There you go.
Has anybody with a funny Hungarian name watching?
Not that I've seen. So here we go now. Benzie's looking. 23 in the backfield. Hand off 23. Going. Being pushed. And sometimes I think that is what separates. That's what separates like Prem teams from Div 1 teams. Is just something small like that, pushing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think just that awareness from the players around them that the play's not over once it's gone past them, and if they can aid in that run and get an extra yard or two.
Someone throwing something there, but
knee pad or what?
Elbow
Forearm pad, something like that.
And here we go. Bunch for the Aztecs. 23 in the backfield. Hand off again. Going left and all. And he just broke free. Jumps a man. He's going.
Flag.
And 38's grabbed him. But as Ben very rightly points out, there is a piece of laundry on the field. Yellow is there, nice and bright.
It was another one of the blocks where the lineman ended up on top of the Solent defensive lineman and just stayed there, didn't get up. I don't really see what the issue is, but I mean, maybe the refs think that's unnecessary roughness. Oh, holding.
Okay. So that work done by 23 there, wiped away, and that's going to be a 10-yard penalty on the Aztecs. Not seen a lot of penalties for Bristol. Definitely been more swaying towards the Solent side of the field. But James Harris going in with a prediction there. He says, can't wait to see Portsmouth versus Solent in Div 1 next year.
I think, unfortunately, James, the Kent Exiles, unless they have a major recovery in the back end of the season, are probably going to be the ones.
Benzie throws it. Carr's got it in his hands.
Flag.
Flag is thrown, but Carr's running. Carr with a stiff arm and out of bounds. And players are flying on the Aztec sideline. To be fair, the player was tackled into whoever hit the field there.
To be honest, I don't think either team particularly thought that was anything other than a fair play.
But another flag on the field very, very, very quickly after the ball was snapped there. But a great run from Carr.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
Found that lane and just nice blocking from the other receivers as well.
SCA. Looks like it's going to be on the Thrashers.
Yeah, Levi, that's what I thought too. You can just lie on them, but maybe he held him to bring him down. I don't know. Our eyes were drawn to the run, so I'm not quite sure.
Seems to be some people don't know what's going. People they don't know what's big. Are they accepting or declining? Okay, so they've got. Okay, so Greener doesn't know what's going on there.
Well, he doesn't agree with the choice of declining the penalty.
So it's going to be a 3rd and 5 for the Aztecs.
I thought it was a very polite way of saying I disagree with you, coach. That's dumb.
Yeah, considering what you do normally hear on American football fields up and down.
Yeah, exactly.
The UK, your dumb is very much. And so Benzie's looking to throw into the hands of number 12. Absolutely sensational grab. He had number 57.
Right in his face.
Right in his face. Sean Cook. I believe Sean Cook's a GB tight end as well. Always going to have one of those on squad.
Yeah.
But that's not going to be a first down Aztecs. And I'm sure that Green, because that's going to be a 4th and 2, I'm sure that Green is about to come up and have a very...
I told you it was dumb.
And it seems that the Thrashers can't quite figure out what to do. Number 10 for the Thrashers is back to receive. And change Change.
Oh, they're taking a time out.
There we
I
go.
don't know if they've got enough people, or they've got too many people, or
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 3 minutes 10 left in the half. Solent have 1 time out remaining.
just to comment on James Harris' previous point, though, that the Portsmouth game last week, big win for them.
Oh. And it's going to be an interesting one for when they have to go to Taunton to face the Wyverns
absolutely.
again. Absolutely. You know, I was looking forward to that game. Obviously, I was in Solent covering the first fixture between these two squads. I'll tell you what would have been a good one to see as, you know, as we expand more. We'd like to get some more Div 2 games in, as we will be going to Div 2 next week as we go for Berkshire versus Ouse Valley.
And do you know what I really liked, just as we're about to get this punt, I really liked having a Div 2 cross-divisional, you know, North-South game in Bristol versus Highland last year.
Here we go. 44 with a boot. Very nice boot.
Yeah, nice. It's going to get a really
and
nice
that's
roll
going to have a lovely
as well.
bounce. Bristol bounce.
Yeah. Great punt.
And Ryan Davies, 44. Putting that deep into Solent territory. Again, they keep starting back here. It's going to seem a lot like last week, and this game might just escape them. But, you know, it's 20-3. This game is not over by any stretch of the imagination. But, you know, it's going to be it's going to be very difficult on this drive, especially considering that Solent only have 1 timeout, and they've basically, maybe not even basically, considering that they're setting up, they're not setting up, they're taking their huddle in their own end zone. This very well could be a bridge too far, but, you know, if...
You've got to think as well, if they do something here, even if it is just a field goal, they're taking the ball to start the second half.
Well, I will tell you something interesting. Looks like Dale Greenfield, number 15, is back in at quarterback.
QB run. Flag.
Greenfield's going, but flag on the play.
Probably holding from where it looked like it was thrown.
Wouldn't surprise me. That's going to back the Thrashers up even more.
I quite like this empty backfield QB run design. It's you know, he's nippy, and it does clear everybody out, or a good chunk of people out the box.
Okay.
Oh, offside defence.
So offside defence.
Oh. Offsetting fouls.
Good old offsetting fouls. What a time to be alive. So, going to be a second down, and went for him to flip it.
No, I don't think it will be, because it's offsetting fouls, so it'll just replay first down.
Of course it is.
They go empty again with the bunch look, and then 2 wide receivers.
Greenfield's got it. Greenfield's looking now. Goes to 10. And 10 is cleared out by the abominable Josh Ricketts, number 15.
3 yards, maybe?
Number 15 making his way to the Hamilton Hurricanes up in Canada very, very soon.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I love the stories that come out of this place, SGS doing their bit, and you know, seeing all these people going over to the States and into Canada and stuff and out into Europe.
Well, do you know what Uniball team he plays for?
No.
Oh, he plays for the Gloucestershire
Oh, does
Gladiators.
he?
He does.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, their CC's still like
interesting.
really fat. It's gross. Disgusting. Greenfield's in the backfield. Going to be a gain of, I think, 4. Greenfield obviously looking to throw again. Greenfield's on the move and floored by, let's see, that is number 34. Fofana getting it again, and there's
He's stayed down.
And timeout called by the Thrashers. 3rd and 13. I believe that was a Bristol timeout. Normally,
Okay.
sorry ladies and gentlemen, it's normally that the refs will turn, you know, 180 north and south to tell me, but he just pointed left and right, so I'm not used to it. Again, it seems to me that, like, there's just a bit of unravelling from the Thrashers, just because the
Yeah.
offence can't seem to get much going. But they have been very, very pass-heavy in Q2.
Yeah.
Very, very pass-heavy. Don't get me wrong, it's always good to see, you know, an Alfie Burke spiral, but when it doesn't land in the hands of the receivers some of the time, or unfortunately right now, most of the time, it's not going good. But potentially they're just waiting for that big chunk play to put them into better field position to, you know, get this score up. It's 20-3. It's not undoable. Say a 2-minute warning, I'm sure, is going to be looming here in Bristol. But you have to say that the Thrashers' defence has definitely stepped up today comparatively to last week. Spread offence here for Solent. Why did I say it like that? Weird. Turn 13.
Ball.
Greenfield looking. Just over the head.
It's just good coverage from Bristol. They're just everywhere they need to be.
Now this is where it becomes dangerous, because you know Bristol are going to send the absolute house here. Bristol are going to send the absolute house. And that's never a sight you want to see if you are a Solent Thrashers player here today, because you've got KK Brooks on the left. Don't get me wrong, number 0, Andrew Carr, is fast, but if that goes into the hands of KK Brooks, given that short yardage position...
Bearing in mind 0 is in the backfield because 7's about to rush off the edge. And we've seen how fast he is.
Oh,
And he almost gets
and
there.
that's a high
Good
punt.
punt.
No, he's getting some more. Handed off this to Carr. Carr's going. Taken out of bounds, but you know what? A great return. Flag on the play on the far side judge. This could be very, very interesting, because that was a great bit of yardage from Carr.
Now, if you're Bristol and this foul is something that would make them re-kick, are you going to ask them to re-kick, or are you going to take that return?
I think I'm going to take that return. That was...
Because, I mean, absolutely, the return was fantastic, and you're probably, starting on the 20...
So it's on Solent, penalty is declined.
Yeah.
Yeah, not too much of a surprise there, because it seems to me that Bristol are going to be coming away with some points in the dying moments of this quarter, whether it's via field goal or via TD.
Yeah, I was going to say, I suppose if you've got a kicker, then that makes more sense.
Trips left for the Aztecs. Benzi's looking to throw into the hands of 13. Did I call his name wrong, or is it? No, it is Asmo. Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah.
Gonna be a gain of... Good gain. Looking like a gain of 6 or 7. I'm gonna say 7.
And that's the difference. Good coverage from Solent, but he made the catch then straight on him.
So hand off to 23. And swamped by the Thrashers.
Yeah, nice play.
Number 60 of the Thrashers making the tackle there.
It's been a timeout, I think, Bristol again. Yeah.
Yep, not too much of a surprise there, because it's 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1 for the Aztecs. They get this, they're going to be exceptionally close. They could almost smell the blue paint. No, you can't smell it from here.
Yeah. I'm sitting there going, has it got a good smell?
I'm sure it does.
I wonder if this place would host a final, whether they'll paint it in the colours of... Because, I mean, it's basically
I tell you what, I did see, which I loved. So Northants have got one of those little robots that paints the pitch, and they paint the word Knights into there.
Yeah.
I tell you what, it's the little things in Britball. Like if you can paint your team's name into your
with a Roomba
every week with a Roomba. I love stuff like that.
Yeah, agreed.
It's again little things. Trips left for the Aztecs. Benzi's looking to throw.
Back corner. Just over.
Trying to go corner, but just not near. I believe it's Spencer Cutlin. I believe it's number 83.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah, it definitely is. But going for that deep corner Not able to get it. Going to be a 4th and 1.
You're going for it.
Okay. Okay. Put all your cards on the table, Bristol. Benzie staying at the 23. Yeah, I'm going to assume this is going to be a run to the right by 23.
No, pass.
No, okay.
Ball. Oh.
Sensational grab there.
Is that Chris Green?
Flag on the play.
Oh, who even cares? If it's,
Yep,
if
that's
it's for
going to be
celebration,
that's going to be celebration.
fine, whatever.
That's going to be a celebration.
Take it.
Going to be interesting to see if they're going to how they're going to enforce this. I'm a bit wary to put 6 on the board. But
Well, I mean, surely it counts, and then they'll just assess it on.
I know, because I've heard some touchdowns have been called back for celebration. I said to Greener at the start of the game, you're going to catch any touchdowns today. And Greener's definitely having a word with those officials. I'm sure you would do in this scenario.
So, surely, if it's a penalty on a celebration, that is after the touchdown has been scored. Therefore, should be assessed.
We'll certainly see. I've heard some touchdowns being called back for celebrations.
I can understand maybe.
Oh, hold on. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, there was no celebration. We were just conjecture there. That was pass interference from both sides. Going to be a replay of downs. That was a very, very late flag for pass interference. You know, again, I'm not a referee by any stretch of the imaginations, but again, 4th and 1, and man in motion, number 32 in motion. He's ready to dive.
They've got it.
Yep, there you go.
Has the 2-minute warning been? Because they're very quick on these timeouts.
I imagine it has been, but we've just not seen it. It's one of those things where if a 2-minute warnings are followed by a 5-minute advert for Burger King, then I get a bit lost. So second time out for the Aztecs. They're going to have, well, I'd hope a fresh set of downs, because the down markers. So 1:14 remaining.
Yeah, it will be a fresh set
I'm waiting
downs.
for that man to put the. Yep, there we go. So let's see where the Aztecs are going to be starting. Looking like potentially the 5 or the 14.
Yeah, horrible angle, but
5 or the 14,
yeah,
the 5 or the 4.
I think he's probably on the line.
I'm trying to spot it by the ball, and considering that it just seems to be floating above the last white line. That's looking like the 4.5 of the Thrashers, but they are one timeout remaining for the Aztecs. And it looks like they're gonna. Nope, we're not gonna go bunch. It's gonna be 2 on the right. Gonna have Greener and Cutlin on the right. Hand off to 23.
Oh, he's gone.
23 just leading it. Seems as though we might have an injured Thrasher on the field. They're just going to turn that away. It's now 26-3.
Yeah, nice run. Nice off tackle run. Nothing special in terms of trickery, but just really well executed by Bristol. It's funny because we play the Apache, and they've got a really, really good running back. And I thought, God, if he's this good, how good must the running backs be for the Aztecs?
Yeah.
That he's playing Apache,
well,
and now I get it. Like, they're all very good.
23 Al Zaharani. He's mad. He's put most of these balls into the end zone for the Aztecs today. Got big chunks of yardage. KK Brooks, scary fast.
Mm-hmm.
Crispin 7, fast. Munt, fast.
Yeah, I mean 8 and 7 haven't exactly been like around the ball loads in the first half, and yet they've still been really consistent, Bristol, in the drives, and they've just got so many weapons. It's good football.
So definitely to take away from this, the Thrashers' defence has been considerably better this week. But again, just if the half time for the Thrashers is going to be mainly offensive talking to, then if they can sort it out, then again I don't think this game could be over. as we're going to come back in now, as luck is looking to keep the Thrashers ahead, of course. I was going to go somewhere with that, but I'm just going to say, I'm just going to delete that. Fake, and it's a fake! Oh. And luck is going, luck is going, and 2 points are on the board. Sensational. Oh, I didn't see that coming today. Absolute Madden play there.
Do you know what that is? That is a head coach who really doesn't like the awkward number because they missed the kick before. He's like, no, we definitely need to bring that back up to 28. Can't be dealing with no 27.
Absolutely sensational. Like when you're playing someone who's never played Madden before and they don't understand field goals. Oh no, I've accidentally done a fake.
Oh dear. 28-3. I almost feel like...
No, don't say 28-3. You can't say things like that.
Absolutely, as a Patriots fan, I absolutely can. I feel like the scoreline is a bit of an unfair reflection on Solent's first half. They have been in this game. They have been driving. They've been a bit unfortunate in some of the field positions they've had. But I suppose, they went to that passing game and like they say, they've seen something they want to attack. But I feel like it's a little unfortunate, and you know, we'll see. They'll get the ball to start the second half. Maybe if they can do something there, that's 28-10.
Trying to count it up here, and the Thrashers don't want to do what they did last week. Can only score a TD in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And here we go. The man who just got himself 2 points for his stat sheet, Oliver Luck's going to be kicking this ball away. Absolutely sensational. Great catch. There's everyone in the way. Breaks 35.
Nice run.
Breaks 86. Well, they're taking him out of bounds. Good run there.
Right on the 50.
Right on the 50-yard line. Let's see. I mean, you know, we've just seen a field goal fake into a 2-point conversion, and that screams to me it's Madden player clock.
Solent special.
It's going to be a Solent special. I'd love a Solent special right now. Give it to
come off.
Whoa, oh. I didn't see Greenfield there. I thought number 7 was going to be in at QB. Over the top, and an interception by number 17. He's going. He's sprinting. He's being chased by 7. He stutters. He goes out of bounds. Gonna put the... Oh, my Lord above. Just sensational. Dan Bate just boink. You know, we've had like a picture perfect fumble and recovery, and we've seen a picture perfect interception there from 17. Dan Bate.
Yeah, they tried to hit that quick seam. It was a little behind him, and what I'd said before, Solent, you know, they were being accurate with their throws, so even though they weren't hitting them, they were putting them in places where Bristol couldn't intercept. But because it was just behind him and it tipped up, nothing they could do about that. Really nice take.
It'll be interesting to see how much time is left on the clock.
And a flex towards the camera as well. I'm a
KK
fan.
Brooks is in. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, it's a pass.
Oh, it's a pass. Benzie's looking. Benzie's grabbed by a player. Benzie's going, and he gives himself up. But there is going to be a flag on the play. Benzie's looks to be down. No, he's back up.
I think he's
back
okay.
up. Give me a chance to see if this is on.
Hold him.
That's really funny.
What?
I'm just listening to somebody there.
I'll just let the offence
I don't want to score. That's the offence's job. Here we go. Look to see him looking for the white hat. It's difficult to see with all these silver helmets.
Yeah. So first and
15, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So second and 15. Oh, Jamie's watching. Jamie Scarry went out of this game injured. Going to QB.
Oh,
my Lord!
Oh
my Lord! It's a kick. Oh my lord, what is going on
what's
there?
he doing?
Where he's going? It's like
Just
the holy
jump on it.
roller! It's like the holy roller! Oh my lord above, what is this? And a flag on the play? What is going on? I don't know who's come up with that, but there was boots to that ball a fair few times.
I mean,
and they're fighting. Greener is fighting, number
Yeah,
94.
that's what he should, until he gets pulled off the pile. That's a rule people don't utilise enough in this country. Until you get pulled off the pile, fight for the ball.
Gonna be interesting to see here. I don't know what the rules are for kicking that fumble
Well,
ball.
it absolutely shouldn't be a thing, but
Okay, looks like that's going to be Thrashers' ball. If I hear from the hoops and hollerings from the Solent sideline, but
it depends. I think it depends on how much the ref believes that he didn't intend to kick it, because he does look like he's trying to pick it up, but twice he went down for it, and twice he sort of stumbled.
Actually, hang on a second. That's not the Solent ball, but look at the state of that yardage, ladies and gentlemen. If that... Oh, no, sorry, no. I see... No, sorry, it's because number 7's up there. It is going to be Solent ball. They're trying to move in the chains. Is a flag on the play.
Yeah, they've just got to be asking whether it was whether the kick was an intentional kick or whether he...
I don't think you can put that picture perfect kick on a ball multiple times because I'm not...
Oh.
And a piling on penalty on number 5 of the Aztecs, and this ball is now looking exceptionally tasty for the Thrashers. They have taken a situation that was damning from that interception and have turned it round to some absolutely sensation. Oh my lord! Look at that yardage!
I know. I'd be fascinated to see how long there is left. But yeah, I mean, as the Bristol coaches are arguing, they're not. Oh, there's 8 seconds left.
8 seconds remains, but that ball is on the 22-yard line of the Aztecs. I mean, if the Thrashers pull something out here, you got to strike while the iron is hot. And the iron is smoking right now for the Thrashers. What was that play? Even Levi doesn't know.
They've assessed that those kicks weren't intentional.
Okay, so Greenfield out, Burks in. Burks got it. Burks is looking.
Forverts.
And just hammered. And that's going to be the end of the half, I reckon.
Got to be in it.
And Forfana again, just making an absolute crunch. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the end of Q number 2 here in Bristol. And we're going to, we could have some interviews coming through. Depends if they remember, but there we go. It is 28-3, not a score you want to hear if you support the Patriots. Oh no, if you support the Falcons. If you support the Falcons, sorry. But yeah, definitely a better job from Solent. Scoreline doesn't particularly reflect it, but the offense just can't get something going. But yeah, the offense just can't get something going for the Solent Thrashers.
Yeah, hopefully in the second half they'll go back to that run-in with the back. What was the number? 7? Number 7, yeah, number 7 for Solent. They were getting some really nice runs with him, generating some really good field position, slowing down the tempo as well, especially when you're behind. You don't want to give the opposition team a chance to run away with it, so being able to keep it slow, 3, 4, 5 yard gains, if they can go back to that. I know they're now chasing the game by quite a chunk, so they might sort of think they need to hit the accelerator, but if they can start to control the game a little more, they do have a chance to put points on the board. But Bristol have just played clean football throughout the whole half, in my opinion. Really, really nice coverage on the defence, good pressure. Offensively, they've been really efficient, and they've done really well, and they deserve the lead.
It's going to be interesting to see what Solent is going to be able to cook up here, but they're going to need to cook up something. We've definitely seen them open up the playbook a little bit more comparatively to last week, but they're going to need something. I don't know what's going on.
So we're not on.
Oh no, we are on now.
Oh,
that was weird. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. The network cut out and then cut back in. I got very, very worried for a second there. So here we go now. We're going to try and run down some of the scores.
Alphas are up 14-0 on the Rams at half time.
No, it's Mum doing this.
Oh, you do
No, I'm
this.
joking. So, currently 6-13 to the Crewe Railroaders over the Lincolnshire Bombers. Alphas up 14-0 over the Rams. Half-time, Wyverns up 12-0 over the Monarchs. Let's see. Obviously, yesterday, final score, Tamworth 30, Leicester Panthers 6.
We're winning, that's all I care about.
But yeah, that seems to be all the scores we've got in, if you know any scores. And
Wyverns 12, Monarchs 0 at the end there.
And obviously we had the Caesars 47, Northants Knights 24. Caesars continue that great winning streak. But doesn't seem to be any sort of going on as it stands right now. That's all we've got so far here on Sunday. But we are going to have a cheeky little break, probably some water.
I heard you had cheeseburgers at your last one. Where's my cheeseburger?
Oh, don't. Those cheeseburgers slap. Thank you, Leeds. And I got roasted by one Bethany Pilkington because I chose a chocolate donut as opposed to any other donut.
You did, which she was perfectly right to do.
Yeah, but the thing is that having a peanut allergy, I didn't want to pick one, and I picked it up. I before I asked if there was any with peanuts, because some of them looked a little bit peanutty. I'm just saying, I'm trying to protect my neck.
Have you seen the Uncle Rogers skit where he talks about people with peanut allergies?
No.
Just go and watch it. But yeah, weakness is.
No, I know. I don't even like I can't like Snickers.
Scared of a peanut.
But with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to just give you a little bit of time. I'll go and get a drink, go and get something hot, so go and get something cold. But we will join you back here in a moment. 28-3. Yeah. Defense is looking a lot better. Yeah.
That count is really nice.
Just have a quick chat with Coach Raids there. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we'll join you back here in a little bit. Here in the Prem South. Hope we get some more scores for you, but we'll join you back here in just a little bit. See you in a slice. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back here in Bristol. Rain's starting to come down somewhat, but the Bristol kicking team is on the field, and Luck is going to be looking to boot that ball away. 85 and I think 89 in the backfield. Solid kick, bit low, but perfectly into the hands of 86. Or 88.
There we go.
Oh, he's going.
Oh, nice.
I'll tell you
That's
what.
the 45.
Good little return here from Solent to start it off. Truthfully, the Thrashers, they need a score on this play. They need a play. Well, they need a score. Of course, they love a score on this play.
Absolutely.
But they love a score on this drive. Well, they need a score on this drive as far as I'm concerned. They're going to be looking back to the Super Bowl. They're going to be thinking, God, number 3 looks like Tom Brady right now. We need to... They need to get this. No, Tom Brady. No, I've got it. For some reason, I always think the Patriots lost, but they didn't.
No, we did not.
Also, funny story about that Super Bowl. I bought a Falcons jersey at half time because that was my first Super Bowl in Lincoln. Yep, that was really funny. It was like worst part is it was like a starter one from the '90s that I got for about a tenner.
Amazing.
And then a girl stole it off me. Unbelievable stuff. So Burke's in at QB. 2 on the right and lots of people in the backfield.
There we go.
And he's given a number 7, and he is just runs into a wall of Aztecs. And there's Van there, number 99, making the play. Hopefully Sue is still watching.
Yes, we saw a couple of more half-time scores. Big one for me, Wembley beating Olympians at half-time, 6-0.
So what is the score from Swindon Storm versus OVE?
Can't find
Unfortunately,
it.
do not know. You know, unfortunately, they're not 2 teams known for their social media presence.
OVE's last tweet, 2020.
Unbelievable. But we will be. I'll be able to tell you their score next week because we'll be there live. Given a number 7, he's dodging people. 34 and 35. That's an Ariana Grande song. Unbelievable stuff. But they're making the tackle there. Got to get these cultural references in, ladies and gentlemen. Here you go. Burke's in at QB. 3rd and 10. Bunch on the left. Oh, it's going to be a throw, so let's zoom this out. Yeah, Burks is looking.
Oh, nice.
And and he's going. Oh, my Lord. Dragging Aztecs with him is Solent's number 80.
8 yards, maybe?
Yeah, don't think it's going to be a first down for the Thrashers, but I tell you what, it's good. Maybe these little short passing situations. Doesn't look like the Solents are going to be bringing on that punting unit.
At this point in the game,
and here we go.
Either.
I tell you what, there is going to be a QB swapper though, as Greenfield is in and Burks is out. Gonna say that's 3 yards, not undoable here. But you can see the Thrashers, they know that they need a score in this first drive of the 3rd quarter. So they're bringing on anyone they can. They're going to keep trying for it here. Bunch left again.
Oh, almost got him offside.
Greenfield's looking. Greenfield's going, but doesn't. Greenfield's not going to go anywhere.
God, no, he's not got it, but it's close. Yeah, no, they've not got it.
Love the moxie from the Thrashers. Doesn't pay off.
It was very close, though. They were hoping to catch them offside, and they almost did, but got back.
Yeah, you got to snap that ball as well. It's a 2-step process.
Yep. I always coach my linebackers, don't go past the heel line of the D line because they're not used to being down there, and so they're so much more likely to get caught out on those attempts to get them.
23's going to the outside. A sea of gold helmets though. Gonna be a good game. Try and say it every single week. You get 3 or 4 yards every single offensive play, you win the football game.
That's exactly what they got, 3 yards.
There we go, keep on piling that on. Personally, I want to see another TD from number 90, but... Trips on the left for the Aztecs. Oh, no, there's movement. Oh, my God, I may have called
quad.
This quad. There's a run from 23. Stiff arms a man. Woo! 23's going. Tries for a second one. Gets the first down. Brutal, brutal stiff arm there.
Yeah, motion to quads. And I don't really know that Solent did that much to adjust. And so at that point, you know, you're outnumbered. You know, there's 7 to 8 players on that left-hand side of the field to your 5 or 6.
So you now have got 18 and Poma in at running back. Not seen him today in the backfield, but if he's anything like the other Aztecs running backs, he's going to be brilliant. But that goes to 83. 83's going. Not going to be a first down for the Aztecs, but that's going to be a gain of 8 or 9. I'm going to think 9 personally, but I always get stuff like that wrong with Spencer Cutlin taking the ball. Yeah, that's looking like a 9-yard gain personally. Yep, and it certainly is. Yes, get in!
Solent need to they need a splash play here. They need something. If Bristol score here, 34-35 to 3, that's a real rough hole to get out of.
You know, it seems as though sometimes it seems like these Aztecs, you know, they don't get paid for the hour.
Oh, there we go. I think they might have got them on a false start.
See, you can see why. That's a 51 getting the flag there. You know, you can see, you know how you can tell because the Solent players pointed.
They
the
did.
more you point,
Yep.
there are some coaches out there who will tell you, "Oh, don't point, it's bad." No, always point.
Always point.
Always point. What if the refs don't know? Who was in ref? You don't ask, you do not get.
This is very true.
So here we go. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 6 now for the Aztecs. Got a linebacker creeping in.
Pass.
Benzi's going. Benzi slings it into the hands of 12. 12 is going. 12 is going. They're brought out of bounds there.
Sean Cook. Nice little run after the catch.
That flag is only a memory for the Solent Thrashers now. As it seems to be, it's going to be starting on the 16-yard line of the Thrashers. They need something big here.
The Thrashers seem to be getting caught out a little on some of these perimeter plays, and I just think... Oh, nice run. Almost. Yeah, I just think if you're getting caught out on something, you know, for me, put players in places where they have the best chance of succeeding. So if you're getting caught out on the perimeter, just move somebody out there, widen their alignment a little, or bring someone down. I just think that they're at a point where they're better off going for it. They're better off doing something, you know.
Yeah, that's it. Take a risk.
Yeah.
Try and break something here because the Aztecs have got a first on the 2-yard line, sort of just in front of us. Benzi's looking to throw, and just not in the hands of Oliver Luck. Man with a golden boot just was not able to bring it in there, just over his head. Switched around to the D on the Thrashers. I mean, I always think if you're taking this long to cook up a play, well...
Yeah, I was going to say the Bristol coach is literally just drawing this play up. We're using these players. You over there, you over here.
Oh, there's men on
Quads
the move.
again on this right side. Solent have adjusted to it this time.
There was a lot of movement.
Yeah.
There was a lot of movement there.
Oh, delay game.
Okay, delay a game now. I mean, I definitely saw some movement there, but
Yeah.
it's not enough. But
The Bristol coach was saying that they were just getting set down on the line. Can I see the argument either way? But either way, they didn't do it quickly enough.
I mean, it took a while for that play to come in, so not particularly surprising. But you know, it's
Still got that quads line up this side though.
there you go, and it's a handoff to 18.
Great block by 77. Pulling lineman, absolutely wonderful block on 57. Give that man all the credit for that touchdown. That was a hell of a block by 77.
You know, let's call it out. Paul Potter, number 77.
Yeah, absolutely. Well in, Paul. Hell of a block.
Making sure these go in.
Lyman's dream. He had about a 10-yard run up and just absolutely sat the guy down, but made sure he got it so that the player couldn't even attempt to make a play on the running back.
And number 18 there, he comes on. Nice and easy, and it's going to be a TD 34. They're going to be looking to make it 35 from the boot of Luck. Greener to hold, boots it through. Sends. Easy day at the office for Luck. And now the game's going to start getting out of hand.
Just hope Solent's heads don't go down. You know, they're in a position where there's not necessarily. It's going to be very, very difficult now for them to get anything out of this game. But you know, when you're looking at the overall standings in the table, they're competing against Cambridgeshire and Kent to make sure they stay in the Premiership next year. And you know, points against is usually one of the deciding factors early on, along with head-to-head. So they want to make sure they keep this as low as possible to stay ahead of those other teams.
And the kickoff return game from the Thrashers is another piece that has definitely exceeded last week as well. Luck to kick it off again.
Oh, 15, so close.
Going to be going around the 35 again. Not awful returns.
Here's a question for you. Do you think the Prem should go, Prem playoff should go like the other two, the Div 1 and Div 2 playoffs, so you have 3 from each division and the top 2, number 1 from the north and 1 from the south, get a bye in the first round, and you have that extra team from each?
I do like the idea of a bye, but
just interesting because looking at Bristol here, obviously they're probably going to take this game now, and then their game against the Blitz is going to be a bit of a decider as to who make the playoffs, but they're probably both playoff-worthy teams.
Some miscommunication there. Hand off to Bowley, but just escaping players, but not enough to prevent the loss of yardage there. Don't really know what happened there. Seems to be that we've got a third quarterback in now.
Yeah.
For the Thrashers, Burks is not in. Neither is Greenfield.
Number 3. Rob Bloodworth? Is that on? No. Motion here from right to left.
No, Brian White.
Pass play. Oh, that went backwards.
Great job, Caleb. Hey, Wiggy. Running back to you and man, right? Go right down to you.
But yeah, thinking, say the Aztecs or the Blitz or Warriors, whoever it was, finished third and didn't make the playoffs. Well, you look how close Bristol pushed Manchester at their own place last year. Is there value in giving them a chance to face the second team out of the north? Be that it looks like Edinburgh at the moment, or
Yeah, that's why I'm so thankful that we get to cover these Aztecs home games, because we will be here for the Aztecs versus the Blitz and the Aztecs versus the Warriors. Aztecs versus the Blitz very well could be one of the most anticipated games of the season. 40's going. 40's got Rome, and he runs over number 17. Again, it's good to get that ball up, but that's not going to be enough. But absolutely sensational.
Yeah, nice running. I think Bristol, understandably so, at a 3rd and 20 something, went as if it was going to be a pass, and they just ran a little draw underneath. Got him 15 yards, put them in a better position for the punt.
Ryan Sharkey making sure we know it's 13-6. Railroaders over Bombers at half time, and considering that you've got 2 people here who used to play for the Lincolnshire Bombers, that is news we do not like to hear. Punt is high.
It's going to come
far.
back. Oh no.
Going to take a Solent bounce, but not a huge one. Looks like that's going to be at the 45.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah, don't like that. Come on, Bombers. Just please. To be fair, though, that division it's looking weird. I'm sorry, but that Lee Miners Shropshire Rev game, we were saying that, Portsmouth versus Somerset might be the most anticipated Div 2 game, but, you might be sleeping on this Shropshire versus Lee game, because that is going to be an absolute corker.
Very much so. And, it looks like, looking at those northern divisions, they're going to be playing for the right to play Humber, who have come leaps and bounds on from last year with a 4-4 season to be running that division. Beat Gateshead convincingly last week by 20 points.
I tell you what, for me it's strange. I just sort of assume that the Bombers and the Humber are in the same division. And there you go. KK Brooks is going. What a surprise! KK goes out at about the 20-yard line. Not a surprise there. Picture quality has deteriorated. Honestly, Sue, I'd say just give it a moment. It doesn't seem to be anything coming on our end. All of our megabytes are good, and there's no camera on the screen. Ryan Sharkey, Hey man, don't... You give me the date of it and I can see what I can do. I'd probably go to if I was to go to one, I'd probably go to the Shropshire one.
Yeah.
Shropshire's not that far. It's a Wildcat, and KK's got it, but just running into 93 of the Thrashers.
Yeah, who looks like he's stayed down.
It's the same, just going to pan away from the injured Thrasher, but...
Yeah, I don't know if he's winded or if he's took a hit to the head. He's not... Yeah, Bristol players coming off the pitch. Sometimes when you're in those sort of bunch tackles, you had 3 Solent players hit KK, and if you're in that bunch, you can take a blow from somewhere you're not expecting. He's back up, 93.
Let me see if I can pan the camera around nice and quickly. So it's going to be, unless KK Brooks is in at quarterback and it's not a Wildcat formation. No, KK Brooks is in at QB.
Yeah.
And he throws it out to Green. Green's going, but stepped out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Not going to be a first down for the Aztecs.
That was a ball. I wish I could throw a ball like that.
That's the thing, he's fast, he can throw a ball.
There's got to be something wrong with him.
Oh.
I think his second toe is probably bigger than his big toe.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
By quite a bit.
Always. So that is going to be enough for a first down, and it is KK Brooks in at quarterback. It's not just a wild card. Brooks looking at a throw.
Oh, wide open.
Oh my lord.
Oh.
And Cutlin is going to be having a strong word. He's going to have... He might be getting shown on that side because he was wide open. Isaac Matthews, Div 2 is Hereford's division. Well, then don't lose to like Berkshire then.
I think, yeah, looking at the Div 2 South.
Oh no, this is it. Miners at Revs was 33-32 to Revs.
Yeah.
Revs at Lee Miners is coming this Sunday. Oh, that game's going to be filthy.
Yeah, it's going to be massive.
33. Oh, that's going to be mad. KK Brooks is going. He's running. He's running. He's got the speed.
He's in.
And
He's in.
Simple as. No. There we go. There's going to be 6 points on the board, and there's going to be 41-3 as it stands. Going to be as the Solent player down there. But Ryan, definitely do keep us updated as much as you can on that game, because you know that's a game that could be being slept on. I think that's going to be a sensational game if it was run that close. Can the Miners take it back?
Yeah, it's interesting. Div 2. There's not, I'd say, outside of Humber's division where they've taken a bit quite a commanding lead. There's some real competition across the board. I mean, you look at East Kent versus Colchester down in the east.
I will say though, as much as you know, I do have some friends who play for Hereford, and you know they're difficult. They're difficult to be endeared about. I do think that division is probably going to go the way of the Stampede, and luck boots it. Yep. And that is good.
That's a running clock.
Certainly is, and it's running clock time. These Aztecs do not get paid by the hour.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I mean, it's still close. There's only Berkshire are only a game back, but.
Well, here's the thing. You know, they lost to Ouse Valley the first time.
Yeah. All you missed was Chris trying to throw the camera off the platform.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, all you missed there was me almost knocking the camera off, and I think I dislocated my toe in trying to catch it.
Did you?
Yep, I've dislocated my toe. Unbelievable. Yep, I've definitely dislocated it. I'm in a lot of pain.
Do you need to
I'm in so much pain. Oh, just to make the tackle.
Yeah, do you need to go and sort yourself out?
No, I've popped it back in. No, I haven't. Hold on. Yeah, I popped it back in. That literally was... Worst part is, ladies and gentlemen, that's literally not a joke. Sometimes my toes just dislocate, and unfortunately it dislocated right now.
Why? Is that like a from birth thing?
Yeah. Like, you know, like I guess like the ring toe, or like the middle toe.
I have not the ring toe. I don't think anyone's getting married and putting a ring on their toe.
No, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean, though, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it will just dislocate.
Oh.
So, going to be a flag on the Thrashers. Apologies, I didn't catch what it was. I was popping the toe back into its socket. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's not my favourite character trait.
No, absolutely not.
To be fair, it's not actually happened in a while. So.
I'm glad I could be here for it.
Just really hurts for a bit.
But you were professional.
Yeah.
Stay commentating. He'll never let you down.
Well, unless it was last week at the under-19s game where the bracket fell off.
Oh yeah.
Then there's not much I could do there. Greenfield back in. Toss it to 25. Bowley's got it, and Bowley is swamped. Josh Ricketts the first to get there. And that's going to be a 2nd and 14 for the Thrashers. I think it may be fair to say I never ever like accusing teams of this, but it seems as though the heads may have gone down.
Yeah,
for
maybe
Solent.
a touch. I think like that play was probably a prime example of them trying to put their athlete in a little bit of space and hoping he can make a play. But there's immediately 2 or 3 Bristol players there, and it doesn't matter how good you are at times. If you're corralled by 3 players, you're unlikely to do anything.
And it's spread offense. Bowley in the backfield. Greenfield is QB. Greenfield looking to throw.
Almost 15 with a pick.
Dumps off to Bowley. Josh Ricketts going for another pick. He had one last week against the Thrashers, but instead he runs head-on into Bowley. And it seems to be that is going to be the end of Q3.
Yeah.
I remember, ladies and gentlemen, it is now a running clock. So don't be surprised if this Q4 goes a little bit quicker than you may expect.
I think for Solent now the focus has to be not the 50, because that can be really demoralising. And it seems like an arbitrary number, but you don't want to concede that 50 burger. And because I don't think it's necessarily been a reflection of their game.
Well, this is it. It's like the problem is like, do I think Solent? Oh, sorry. Do I think Bristol are probably going to score again? Yeah, I do. However, I do think that the Solent defence has played a better game.
But the score is the score.
The score is the score. And that's why it's always good to, if I was an independent person who wasn't doing the streams, this is where I'd love to have the streams, because sometimes it's difficult to tell a story when all you've got is the box score.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to give myself a pat on the back.
Not all heroes wear capes, eh, Chris?
Some wear vintage XFL jerseys.
Indeed.
Yeah. And before you ask him, it's a San Francisco Demons one.
I had to ask.
And last week it was a Chicago Enforcers, and the week before that it was the New Jersey Hitmen, and the week after that it's going to be a Birmingham Bolts one. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it. Those are the only ones I've got. So if you've got any XFL jerseys, hit me up. Yeah, just chuck that out there. Well, to be fair, there's not much I can do when the play's not whistled in yet. So.
There we go.
3rd and 14 for the Thrashers here. Again, their touchdown came in the 4th quarter last week. Going to be looking to put that back on the board. Greenfield looked to throw, flag immediately thrown. Ball is a bit shaky out the air.
I think
Jordan Vincent, number 40, chasing down number 6.
They're calling that a safety, I think.
It's looking like a safety, but again, a flag was thrown by the far side official. Who knows what it was, but that could potentially be a safety for the Aztecs. We're going to be looking for the white hat official who's deep in the end zone.
I think, because they let the play run, I think it was probably defensive offsides.
So here we go now, it's going to zoom in on the white hat.
Cheetahs are up by 20 now on Bobcats in the other game.
So, group discussion here from the referees. They're going to be looking to see what it is. Is it going to be a safety for the Aztecs? So there you go. Defensive penalty on the end. 5-yard penalty, and that is going to make sure that safety does not count. 2 points saved, but it's still going to be. It's going to be 3rd and, if I'm correct, 3rd and 9. I wouldn't whistle the play in yet. Looking like a 3rd and 10.
Yeah.
Spread offense here. 2 on either side. I believe. Don't know who's in the backfield. Could be 25. Certainly is. Greenfield looking to throw.
Hitting the seam. Oh, he's got him.
It.
Yeah, that's first down.
And just swarmed by Aztec players. He didn't go anywhere, but do you know where he is going? First down brigade, and it looks like there's going to be an Aztec down.
Yeah, I think he's hurt his hand or his arm. Holding that right arm a bit gingerly.
What a great little pass there.
Yeah, nice along the seam.
Gets themselves out of danger.
Yeah, that was the pass they were looking for earlier down here where they got the pick because it was just behind, but that was right on the money. That was a nice pass.
Here we go. Still spread for Solent. And Greenfield now running. But he runs into some Aztecs. And he runs into
15.
Oh no, the abominable Joshua Ricketts.
Yeah, he's really come into this game in the second half. He had a good first half, but he's been all over the place in the second half.
When I ask him if he wants to go pub later, he'll probably say no.
Because he's an athlete.
Dog. And being an athlete's a state of mind, Ben. So it's going to be a 2nd and 12 for the Thrashers here. Not impossible. Greenfield's looking to throw. Darts it into the hands of number 24, I want to say, but that's going to be a big chunk of positive yardage.
You know, I was watching the other receiver go past and I thought he's throwing it well behind him. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, well, not out of nowhere, but...
Well, that's looking like it's going to be a 3rd and 1 now for the Thrashers, you know. Turning these Jets on in the 4th quarter seems to be... Did it last week, they seem to be doing it again now. Greenfield can throw again. That's success so far.
I'll work it back.
Flag all the way in the back field.
Well, there was a crossing blitz inside, and the running back picked up 44, but cut him.
Well, there we go. We can hear it from here that apparently that is going to be a cutting penalty.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, it looks like he's taken him just slightly too low when he's cut him on that blitz, because he was clean through, and the running back picked him up, but illegally.
And that is going to send back what has been realistically a sensational drive for the Thrashers, as they're now back behind the down marker, but this time with a 3rd down, and it's looking like a 3rd and 14 at the bare minimum, 3rd and 15 at the most. Greenfield's going.
$5 yards maybe? Not enough.
Looks like it's going to be going back down to the sticks.
At what point do you think you pull Greenfield and just say, enough's enough, we need to keep him for the future games?
Well, this is it. It's when you have sort of a 2 QB system, or not 2 QB system, we have 2 great QBs that the Thrashers have. You know, you do just sort of need to level it out. You know, in this time, is it going to be the case where backups are going to start coming in? I would definitely assume so for probably both squads here.
Yeah. I didn't, looking at the Bristol defence that was on just then, I didn't actually think they had that many backups in. I mean, you still got 44 in there, 15 was in there, I'm pretty sure 99 was still in there.
$23-0 back to receive this boot. Cracking
Nice
ball.
punt.
Very, very heads-up play there by number 4. That ball bounced and hit him in the hand, and he dived straight on it because he had a Solent Thrasher hot on his tail. But that ball is going to be down at the 25-yard line of the Aztecs.
Bristol coaches trying to get as much value out of this time they've got left as they can.
Well, I'll tell you what, KK Brooks still in at QB. You see that? That's KK Brooks takes it.
Oh, nice one off it.
7 yard, 8 yard gain.
Yeah, I'd definitely say an 8-yard gainer there for KK.
Do you think KK is their backup QB, or do you think they're just trying something a little different, seeing what they can get out of him?
Well, I believe that the backup QB for the Aztecs is number 16. I
Okay.
don't see any 16s
Offense! Come out!
in front of me.
Hand off.
Number 84. They're running back in.
Is that an injury? Yeah, I think so.
Seems to be a player down. I'll be able to tell you they are just a mass of players in front of me.
It's a Bristol player.
Ah, 14 apparently is the backup QB according to Levi.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there he is. He's right there, number 14.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, well, here's the thing though. If you can get KK Brooks to be like, you know, a good
Yeah.
quarterback, which he's been so far, then you now have a dual threat QB.
That's what I mean. Yeah, why not take this opportunity to see what you've got in him at that position? Because, you know, having an athlete of his caliber at QB just opens up so much. And don't get me wrong, their starting QB is not exactly a slouch, but if you can utilise that skill set now when you've got the chance to be able to get some reps in, and then hopefully take that into some of the games towards the end of the season where you're competing against the Blitz and the Warriors, it just adds that little bit of a different angle to your offence and a different way to attack those defences. And maybe I'll recruit him for the Saints if he's not getting enough QB reps and he wants
That's what you're here for. You're on a scouting mission, aren't you?
something like that. It only took me an hour and 15 to get here. It's not far. What's those bubbles that people put on the maps when they're recruiting?
So it's going to be a first down on the 52, I'm going to say here for Bristol. Play whistled in, bunch on both sides for the Aztecs. Low snap to KK. He's been swarmed.
Steps up nicely, and then he's off. Those little skip steps.
Taken down. And the worst part is that you saw those skip steps. He didn't really put much sauce on them, but you know, like, it didn't even look like KK turned the jets on there, if I'm completely honest.
So that's the best runners, don't they? They glide, and you watch them go, and you think you're not even that fast, and then as they're flying past you.
And dumped off there too.
Oh, double pass. Oh, I think they wanted a double. Oh, they've got it. Oh,
Well, that would have been sensational.
yeah.
Flag on the play though. 2 flags on the play.
I love a double pass because people are so quick to bite down on that first. Corners stay in coverage.
Also,
Not
I've
always
got-
corners.
I've got to remind Ben, I've not actually told him, but car park. You have to pay for it, but you can pay afterwards.
Okay, good, because I've not paid for it before.
Yeah, that's my fault. I should
Does Sport Tank cover things like that?
have- It will do, yeah. It will do, yeah.
Is it one of those ones that have got like a camera as it watches
I
usually?
believe so. That's what
Yeah,
I've been. That's what I've been told. That's my fault. I should have. The thought crossed my brain last night, but I just forgot.
We all have our weaknesses.
So it's going to be a bunch on both sides. Low snap again. KK looking. Pursued by 57. He's dodging out the way. Dodges 3 times. Throws it up into the
Oh.
air.
Pick, no. Yeah.
And a pick for the
Yes.
Thrashers.
Yep, they've called it.
Do you know what I thought happened there? I thought that maybe too many Solent players crowded around that ball and one Thrasher knocked out of the hands of the
Me
other
too.
Thrasher.
Great play. Consistent pressure. Forced him into a throw he
Well, you
shouldn't
look
have
at
made.
KK Brooks there, dodging 1, 2, 3, 4, and just throwing that ball away. So, you know,
That probably shows his inexperience at QB. Should have maybe taken the sack there, especially where they were on the field, and give themselves another shot.
here we go. It looks like the Thrashers are going to be starting on the 12, on their own 12-yard line. you know, it's not too unmanageable here for the Aztecs. You know, you can see they've still got some of their 44 still there.
Yeah. Oh, middle run.
Right up the middle. Number 44, the Thrashers. When number 40 gets the ball, he seems to be doing it, and it looks like he's going to have a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, nice run.
For the Thrashers.
Yeah, it looks like the Aztecs have rotated a couple of players, trying to have some maybe experience next to an inexperienced player, give them that little bit of guidance while they're out on the field. Nice fake the handoff, pitch.
And a big hit there. Still looking like, I still think that's going to be a good bit of yardage for the Thrashers. It certainly is.
8 yards, 7 yards.
Looking like 7.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a speed option play or whether it was just a design pitch, but it was a nice play.
It certainly works. .80 on the move. And that's Burks back in at QB. There's going to be a run out to the middle. Don't know if that's going to be enough for them there. We'll certainly have a look.
Oh, I don't know. I think the ref's standing right on the... Yeah, he said yeah. Referee says yes, first down. Toss play out to the left.
Toss play to 25.
Yeah, good blocking from Solent. This is what I feel like they were developing in that early in that second quarter, end of the first quarter into second quarter, and then they decided to start passing and lost it a little. But they've got the linemen to be able to drive. I mean, the guy in the white lids must be like 6'5", 6'6". He's massive.
Bucks back in at QB. 80 in motion one more time. It's going to be a run from Bucks.
No,
Toss
speed
out,
option.
run from Bucks.
No,
Toss
speed
out.
option again.
Again, opening up the playbook a bit, you know, but going to be a loss of yardage now for the Thrashers. Not a massive loss of yardage, if that's right. It seems to be a loss of maybe 1. Which have a play like that, surprising.
Yeah, agreed.
It's going to be a 3rd and looking like 7 for the Thrashers. Very well could be if this ball gets back into the hands of the Aztecs. They're looking to go burger hunting. And Burks is on the run, but
he gets caught.
Just gets caught there.
Punt team coming out
Old
for
move,
Solent.
punting unit now. Oh, something happened. No, we're back.
I think Bristol are taking timeout.
And with that timeout, then you know what? It's burger hunting time, I think.
Yeah, I don't know necessarily if they are looking for the burger as much as the coach has something that he wants to see, and he wants to take as much opportunity as he has to try it out on the field. You know, you play against your own defence in training, and that's absolutely fine. Oh, flag. But, you know, in a season, we only get 10 opportunities to play against other teams and see, you know, and for the coach on Bristol sideline to battle the coach on Solent sideline, you know, in that mental game and putting players in certain places and seeing different bits. So I do understand, there's some people that think, you're 42 to 3 up, and why aren't you just letting the game run out? And I get their argument for it, but I equally understand, each rep is valuable, each snap is valuable for both sides of the ball, and if you can utilise these snaps to make your team better, why wouldn't you?
So that's going to be a penalty on the Thrashers. They're going to be taking that punt from 5 yards deeper than they originally were. 4th and 13. I say that as if they're going to fake it, but we've seen a fake field goal today. So
no, fake. Oh, fake PAT, wasn't it?
Fake PAT.
Yeah.
Great snap. Hold in.
Oh, he's called the fake.
There's his Thrasher down. But just a cavalcade of things happen there.
Yeah, the obviously the punter tried to evade the pressure and then get some sort of kick off, and I think as the player that's down from Solent has tried to work across to help out, he's just got caught. Whether he's seen the block or not, I don't know. There's no flags, but I imagine it was perfectly fair block, but he's taken a shot and he's either winded or...
Fortunately, ladies and gentlemen, because the refs are all on that side of the field, I don't know how long's left on the clock, but if the Aztecs are calling their timeout, I can't imagine that there's a lot.
Just going to have a nosy, see if I can see any more scores. Final score up in Northumberland, one of my old teams. 50-0, Vikings over the Steam. Game was called at the half.
So still 20-0 for Hertfordshire in Bournemouth. Bournemouth at Hertfordshire, but it's 20-0 still.
Yeah. Sheffield up 18-3 at half-time against Sandwell. And Olympians have put a score on the Stallions now, so they're 7-6 up.
And the player for the Thrashers is walking back to his own side, and that's good.
Good.
Can't see any other ones that we haven't already reported.
No. Wyverns have won. They've beaten the Monarchs 22-0. Staying one step behind the Dreadnoughts. Benzie back in at QB for the Aztecs.
So there we go, 2-minute warning called, running clock. This game will be over in no time. 2 timeouts for the Aztecs, 3 for the Thrashers. Benzie's back in, and he's looking to throw.
Oh, great catch.
And Chris Green going in there, speeding it up here.
Yeah, taking a timeout.
No, timeout for Bristol.
First time I ever met Chris Green, he was coming off a plane. We were playing with the Sealand Seahawks out in Montpellier, and he had a nightmare of a journey, and he literally got there. He was supposed to get there like the day before, and he'd got there with half an hour of the game left. And then we all found out that our plane had been cancelled because there'd been a crash on the Montpellier runway. So he got there, half an hour to go, and then played half a game, and then took him 2 days to get back home.
Benzie's looking to throw again. Goes for 13.
I think he's got it. Yeah, touchdown.
And ladies and gentlemen, if there was a better camera angle that existed, I would have been able to get that shot for you, but unfortunately it takes what comes. Place where I normally have, again, they've got doing a boxing thing upstairs, and they're just making a lot of noise. So obviously the Aztecs are going to be going for 2 here. 2 and the burger is secured.
Yeah, this is the point where I was saying they weren't chasing the burger, they were getting the reps for the offence, and then now they're definitely chasing.
Yeah.
Oh no, are they going to? Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Doesn't look like Benzie's in, looks like it's going to be KK Brooks in at QB. With Sean Cook behind him. And it's running out right. KK's going for it. And there we go, just like that. It is burger o'clock in Bristol. 50-3. And again, it's something when I'd argue that the Solent Thrashers defence played a lot better today, but the scoreline comparatively to last week's is not ideal.
No. But this is Premiership football. You know, you have to be at your best at all times to stay in it. You know, it's some really, really good teams, some really, really good players, and strength in depth.
You know, realistically, the Aztecs will be looking to take this momentum into what very well could be their biggest home game against the London Blitz. When I talk to the Aztecs players, that's the one that they're looking forward to. Looking to kick it away. Terrific boot again.
Oh, and a good return.
Fair enough.
I think it. Oh,
Sensational return there from 80.
God, if Solent can take anything out of this game, is that their return game has been on fire.
So here we go now for the Thrashers.
You've got to throw everything into this.
And
Was that the game?
Is over.
Oh.
That's such a
Give
shame
him a minute.
for the Thrashers.
Give him a minute.
One more play.
Yeah.
Just one more cheeky play for the Thrashers. But ladies and gentlemen, the return fixture ends very much how the same one did, with a Bristol win 50-3. Securing the burger did the Aztecs, but I still think, you know, it's difficult to say when the scoreline looks like that I think Solent played better this week. Personally, I saw.
Yeah, I think they maybe dropped off a little towards the end, which is completely understandable. You sort of, the game sort of slides out of reach a bit, and you start to protect yourself. You start to protect your star players, maybe repping some backups and stuff. But I think Bristol just did a really professional job. You know, they had obviously also worked on stuff from last week, and yeah, it didn't go their way initially. You know, Solent had those couple of times in that first drive where they thought they might have a score with the punt that turned. But they've just come out and they've done a job, and everyone's healthy. No one seems to have picked up any major knocks apart from Jamie. Hopefully he's feeling better.
Oh yeah.
But
I was going to say like thoughts and praise Jamie Scarrett, but he has just dislocated his little finger.
I mean, you dislocated your toe and you're still here.
That is true.
Just saying.
That's true. But his one was gross.
Well, no one could see you, else you kept your shoe on.
Yeah.
Keep your glove on, Jamie. No one would have noticed. No, but yeah, really good job from Bristol. They've got through these 2 fixtures the way they would have wanted to, and now their big focus, as you say, is going to be London Blitz and making sure they get back into the playoffs, because they ran Manchester close last year, and if they can get back into the playoffs and head back up there, it looks like they might well do. See if they can give them another game.
But then for the Thrashers, you know, you've got to now take this into the playoff dream is, I'd argue, pretty much over
absolutely.
for the Thrashers.
I think it might actually be over. I don't even know if they'll be able to get it now.
I believe it probably is. Do I personally think that the Solent Thrashers are going to be going down? No, I don't. But
no, they split it with Cambridge, and they've probably got it. You know, you can never call it 100%, but they've probably got enough in them to certainly push Kent, and Kent's season unfortunately hasn't been what they would have hoped. So Solent will be thinking they can take those games and secure Premiership football next year for them, and then it'll just be about recruiting heavily as it always is, and seeing what they can do next year.
You know, it's definitely a young nucleus this Solent Thrashers team has, and I imagine that the last few games are going to be all about developing that. Obviously, I imagine when it gets to them versus Kent, it's going to be a bit more high pressure football. But I think, you know, the Thrashers have proven that they can, you know, they can pressure, they can get to the ball. You know, sometimes it's just one of those things where, like, the Aztecs are too fast, and it's absolute madness sometimes for teams. But, you know, if I was Thrashers, you know, it's going to be a good journey home. But I don't think, you know, it's particularly in vain. I think it was a better performance from last week.
Yeah, and I think, you know, you come out of the fixture last week, and you're always hopeful you can turn it around. But there's you know, a little something in the back of your head that says, you know, we need to get through this next game healthy, because we've got games on the horizon. You know, when we were playing Hertfordshire last week at the Oxford Saints, you know, we knew full well that they were the top team in the division, and we're not having the year we would have wanted. So we wanted to make sure that we came through that game, as much as we would always want to compete. We wanted to make sure we came through that game healthy, and then you know, we play over at South Wales next weekend, and that's our big game for both teams. You know, so I think for Solent, they'll have been happy that they've come away from this game pretty healthy and not taken too many knocks, and they'll just be looking forward now. And for Bristol, it'll be the same. But it was a good game of football to watch. You know, there's some great talent on display. It's Premiership football at its best, and yeah, it's been good to be here. We got any more scores?
I'm trying to find out who the Aztecs' next opponent is going to be.
Levi says the 50 chicken nuggets. Is that 50 chicken nuggets for me and Chris, or is that 50 chicken nuggets specifically for 76? Because I could do with 50 chicken nuggets right now.
I don't know if I could finish 50.
You don't reckon you could do 50?
No, I don't. Genuinely, I don't.
Well, you're looking at a man that has completed the 100 chicken nugget challenge.
Grow up.
Yep.
No way. How long?
20-ish something minutes. I don't know.
Grow up. No, there's no way.
100 chicken nuggets. You get 5 dips and 1 medium Coke.
That's disgusting.
Yep.
100 for 5 dips.
Yep, 5
Gotta
dips
be lenient
and a medium
on those
Coke.
sauces.
I mean, you got to really just, you're dipping your nuggets in the Coke by the end of it.
I'll tell you what. There's nothing worse than a
Dry
chicken
chicken
nugget. Honestly, when I see that the sauce is no longer in the bag, tears roll down my eyes.
It was an experience. I did like 10 years ago. I don't know why.
Wait, we're just going to go through and see if there's any new score updates, and then we will see you off next week. We will be in Berkshire for the Berkshire versus Ouse Valley Eagles rematch. Obviously, I love that game. Ouse Valley holds a special place in my heart. Will I return their number 77 jersey in black? Oh, maybe we'll see. If they win, they can have it back. If they lose, then I'm keeping it. As John Vincent is coming over to me because he wants to get his phone, and that's what's powering the data, I imagine, and rightfully so. Normally, I would try, you know, get interviews and stuff, but I have stolen Jordan's phone for a good 4 hours now.
His mum is going to be less than impressed.
No, he agreed. It's his own fault. Number 91 for the Aztecs. Definitely got anger issues and dirty shoes. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to use up any more of Jordan's data. Thank you, Jordan, for flying us with you.
Yeah, thank you, Jordan.
To do it. But next week, we will be in Berkshire. I'll say it again, Berkshire versus Ouse Valley. But the scoreline reads here in Bristol, 50-3. Liam, unfortunately, we've heard nothing out of Swindon versus Ouse Valley. I'm sure we're going to do one last check for you before we sign off and get out of here before the rain starts pouring in Bristol.
No, nothing.
Nothing?
Nope.
No, sorry, Lynn, we haven't got anything on that game. I'd be interested to see that game. Hopefully East Valley can pull it out. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us in this Prem South battle. Scoreline 50-3, Bristol over Solent. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much to Ben for joining me on
Thank
commentary.
you for having me.
And we will see you back next week in Berkshire.